106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Oh, hell yeah. Good morning and welcome to your Wednesday. Here we are on KROQ. We are Klein Alley Show. Pleasure to meet you. Thanks for coming back for more. My name's Klein. That's Allie.
Morning.
You got Omar Khan right there. DJ Omar Khan, the audio sniper in the back room. You got Jake the Nerd. Fact checker extraordinaire, arbiter of sound, arbiter of calories, and so many other things.
Arbiter of audio.
Well, whatever you are, you're getting bigger by the day, buddy.
Thanks.
Yeah. Jake and I were looking at pictures of pizza before the show today, and you could actually see drool forming in his mouth. He loves it. He's all...
Overnight pizza is Jake's wheelhouse, man.
Oh, man. There's pizza sitting on the table that I don't even know what this is from. Did you eat any of this yet or no?
It's super good.
I think Vanessa had some, too.
It's been sitting out here. I know Megan Holiday was eating it yesterday afternoon on KROQ, so I assume that
at least 12 hours old.
At least 12-hour table pizza, but that's nothing, right?
No, that's perfect. It's cold.
Well, also, pizza, I think as long as there's no meat on it, it can sit out as long as it...
Oh, there's meat on it.
Oh, there is?
Oh, yeah.
No, there's not meat on that.
Did you eat the meat off already?
No, there was no meat.
Oh, I think there was. You should look into it. Well, anyway, we got a decent show planned for you today, believe it or not. Lots of stuff to give you. Festival fever continues. We will get you into Cali Vibes. That's what you're going to get into today around 9 o'clock. And so much more to get to before all of that. Plus, a mystery that has happened in the building. This is such
Oh, my God, Drama Central.
This is, of all the dumb things that have happened here at this radio station, and there have been no shortage of dumb things, this could be the dumbest, but for whatever reason, this is the thing that is like blowing up the biggest. And everyone on all sides has an opinion. Everyone's freaking out. Vanessa did some undercover reporting, investigate. It really is truly a mystery that is taking place here. And also, there's a lot of finger pointing going on, not only within the staff at KROQ, but the other radio stations are involved. This is a true thing where HR could get involved now. I mean, this could, no one knows how big this is going to get.
It's interesting because it all started with a passive-aggressive note. And a lot of neighbor feuds, coworker feuds have begun this way. And writing a passive-aggressive note is never a good start.
Also, an anonymous note. That's always the key to it being a mystery, is who wrote the anonymous passive-aggressive note.
Yeah, and there are many different departments in this floor, and every department is defending themselves, saying, it wasn't us. Why would we? We're cool. We wouldn't do something like that.
I do believe that the reason the note was written, and we'll get into this, we'll break it down. We're actually going to do a low-budget detectives as we try to get to the bottom of this, but I do believe the reason the note was written is because of somebody on this show.
I think that is a solid theory.
And that is, unfortunately, why we are now right in the middle of the turmoil.
Well, it's like the first 48, right? When I looked at the note, I thought of one person. And that initial thought is usually the gut feeling that ends up being correct.
The Zodiac Killer.
Someone on this show responsible for something that is really tearing apart this entire floor of this office building, and we'll get into that a little bit later this morning. Give you some tickets, and of course, free eggs for a year, KROQ. what the note is even about. Is this about another one of them clogs? No, it's nothing to do with the clogs, but it does have to do with respect, mutual respect for each other's space. And someone says, just based on the passive-aggressive nature, I feel like Nicole Alvarez is somehow involved, according to 818.
Whoa.
I will not confirm nor deny. I have my own theories about this that do not involve Nicole Alvarez or really anyone here at KROQ. But anyway, we'll get into that coming up a little bit later this morning.
But you think an outsider came in and wrote the note?
No, I don't think it was someone at KROQ, though.
Oh, I don't think it was someone at KROQ.
I think it was someone that works at a different station that has an issue with KROQ, and that usually is the case around here, but we'll get into that a little bit later in the show. Meanwhile, if you listen live, we appreciate you every single morning, but some people are listening to the podcast, and one particular person is so far behind on our podcast that she's asked us to stop doing live shows because she fears that she will never catch up. Her name is Nikki D. She's left message after message after message on the GOAT line, dating back probably about 9 months, to say that I don't know what happened. She went out of town or went out of the country for a while, forgot to listen to the show for a few weeks, and now she can't catch up.
It's hard because when you fall too far behind, and then a new episode, just this thing of any show, right? And then the new episode comes out and everyone's talking about the new episode, and you're like, well, hold on, I can't just start watching the new episode. I have to catch up first. But with our show, because we do it every single day, that is quite a commitment. Also, we forget a lot of the things we talk about. So it's nice to hear that apparently back in October, we did something that was really incredible, because Nikki D has been updating us on a weekly or semi-weekly basis as to how far she's gotten on our show. If you're a regular listener, you'll probably know what she's talking about. If you're a new listener, this is a good indication of stuff we did a few months ago that we actually cared about.
Hey guys, Sweet Divots, it's Nikki D, calling to check in. I am so freaking excited because I just listened to October 23rd and Jake got laid.
Jake got it. Remember when Jake got laid? What a great day that was.
That was
Back in the good old
great.
days.
That was so great. I didn't remember that was all the way back in October, but for her, it was yesterday. She just experienced the joy we all felt the day that Jake came in here and his dry spell finally ended.
And she doesn't even know that the streak has continued. Like, he's still smashing.
No, he's not.
What?
Trouble in Paradise.
Oh, no, really?
Apparently.
Jake?
Yeah.
What happened?
But that's why it's so interesting that she left this message today to say how excited she is that she finally made it to Jake's dry streak coming to an end. And as she's leaving this message, Jake's dry streak is about to begin again.
Oh, man. Is that why?
I don't know why. I don't think that's.
I think we're growing apart, or you're growing into me.
I don't think that's why. But yeah, Jake said it's been a while. They have. I don't know if this is supposed to be on air or off air, but they haven't.
That's stunning.
I don't think that's the reason.
Is that Tina?
Did she text you that? Or?
Verbatim, yeah.
Yeah, but you guys fall off and then get back on the horse again.
Sometimes,
Don't
yeah.
call
I mean, we
Jake
did
a
that the
horse.
whole month, but yeah, I haven't talked to her since that weekend of those concerts.
You mean the weekend that she moved in for a couple nights?
Yeah,
And then since that happened, there's been zero communication.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, but she's busy.
Yeah, I'm busy.
Oh boy.
I'm real busy with watching
I'm the
my
busy
Superbugs.
Well, this woman was thrilled to hear you finally got laid back in October.
And that is incredible, and I'm so proud. And
I do remember feeling happier for Jake when he got laid than I did for myself when I lost my virginity. I remember it being that same feeling of like I was so happy. I was just
Well, especially because it seemed like Jake was just going to give up.
Yeah,
It
he
just
didn't
seemed
care.
like he was going to be celibate for the rest of his life.
I mean, we had to kind of do all the heavy lifting for him.
We did.
And
We
it's not a fat
literally
joke.
found, well, yeah.
We did at the time it wasn't that heavy of lifting. It was regular lifting.
It was. And we had people calling in that were willing to date Jake, and Tina was one of them.
Yeah, and so I feel like Allie and I somehow take credit for you getting laid a little bit.
Which
and
is gross.
Gross, but also I was proud.
I'm glad he finally got laid. And I'm really, I just heard all the ex-con prison cook-off
Oh, my
thing.
God.
That was awesome.
She's so far behind.
It's not even Halloween yet.
No, she should have made it to Halloween. And we had prisoners in here cooking ramen.
It's kind of nice. It makes me feel like she's living in a different time period.
Yeah, a simpler time.
Yeah.
This is before everything, before the fires.
She doesn't know the results of the election yet.
No, she has no idea what's going on. She doesn't know won the Super Bowl.
Now I'm listening to Allie talk about her spicy shenanigans, 7 out of 10. Oh, and I hope Wesley is feeling better. I heard he had a seizure.
She just got to your son's seizure. I mean, so yes, the answer is he didn't make it.
Oh my God!
No,
Klein.
he's better. He's better. He's
Wouldn't
doing
that be
fine.
crazy?
It
I
would
hope
be.
he's feeling better.
Yeah, no, he's still.
And I'm here listening to this, like crying.
He's still having a seizure this many months later. It's incurable.
Very grandma.
Yeah, so I'm plugging along.
All right, well, keep going. You're going to get
Wow, good for you.
There's some good stuff in your future. And people sometimes are envious because she hasn't experienced some of the stuff that you get to listen to if you check out the show on a daily basis. So
I wonder if there's going to be anything she doesn't like that's going to turn her.
I'm sure tons of stuff. I hope she can make it to the present. I just don't know how it is. She's gotten further and further behind. Here we are, middle of March already. And
She doesn't even know about Deftones for... Or,
Tone Deaf.
Tone
She
Deaf
doesn't know
for
about any of that
Deftones?
stuff. We'll take a quick break. When we get back in a second, $100 of Allie's cash is up for grabs. If you want it, all you got to do is be on the phones. 5 questions about the news. Answer them. Do better than Allie, and she will instantly give you $100. All you got to do is call now, 800-520-1067. Come back with that and more next on KROQ.
It's KROQ Festival Fever. We're hooking you up with tickets to a different music festival every day this week. I got a fever all day today. Listen at 9, noon, 3, and 6 to win your way into
Cali Vibes, June 7th and 8th at Marina Green Park.
featuring
Hey, I'm on vacation. There's a place that I wanna go.
Dirty Heads, Kid Cudi, Iration, Slightly Stupid and Friends.
2 in the morning, police knocking at my door. Why don't you have some dirty hot sex? We met her at a backyard block party by the bar.
Pepper, Swayze, Cypress Hill performing Black Sunday, and more. Courtesy of Golden Voice.
It's KROQ Festival Fever.
Keep listening to win.
KROQ Klein Alley Show. Postmaster Johnny's entered the KROQ studios now. You're going to get inside of his brain in just a moment. Chance for you to win some tickets and bragging rights. And, of course, Johnny Doesn't Know has become a bit of a staple around these parts. Although people are very upset about Johnny Doesn't Know. I don't want to... Allie, let's not waste time with the
Naysayers?
naysayers. I mean, there's a ton of messages here about Johnny, and I don't want to...
This message is for Douchemaster Johnny.
Douchemaster Johnny. I don't like these names, Johnny. I don't know why people are upset about things.
But let's play them anyways.
Let's. You're right, Johnny.
Let's play them, though.
Good point, Johnny.
Go ahead.
Let's play them anyway.
Yeah.
Calling out men for rolling their backpack.
This guy's mad that you
Oh,
don't like.
okay.
the
He's
guy-
a roller then.
This guy rolls his backpack. He's
Oh.
a man who rolls his backpack, and Johnny says he's got a problem with any man that rolls
Yeah.
their backpack.
Telling them to grown up to be a man. How about stop watching SpongeBob? Stop quoting SpongeBob. Stop learning stuff from SpongeBob.
Yep.
Why don't you grow up and be a man, Johnny?
So this guy's very upset. You really struck a nerve
Oh,
with that
damn.
guy.
He hit me hard right there.
I love that you're like, all right, that's enough. I will not take this
Attack.
bashing of backpack rollers. What a cause to be passionate about.
Well,
Yeah.
Johnny did claim in his last round of Johnny Thoughts that there's something about a man that rolls a backpack that makes him really question if that's even a man at all. This is what he said.
Is it an ick to anybody else to ever see a man just rolling a backpack anywhere? Like, pick it up, bro. Like, wear it on your back or, like, over your shoulder. You don't got to roll it everywhere.
You fired up that guy. All right, so we got questions this week about cars because Johnny dealt with some car trouble, and as we found out, he doesn't know an awful lot about cars, car culture, or how cars work. So all you got to do is predict will Johnny know or not know the answers to these questions in this round of Johnny Doesn't Know.
Johnny doesn't know.
I don't even know that.
Oh, Johnny doesn't know.
I wasn't even a sperm in my father's whatever.
Johnny doesn't know. Johnny doesn't know.
Johnny Cochran.
That's OJ's real name?
Johnny doesn't know.
You thought the J in OJ stands for Johnny?
Wasn't it like Orpheus Johnny or like
Yes, Johnny, you got it. Orlando, you're off to a good start.
whatever that dude's name was? R.I.P.
All right, Johnny.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're more knowledgeable about cars now that you went through it? I mean, I saw you were in a tow truck. You got to ride with the tow truck driver. You got
Yeah.
to talk about cars. You've been in the shop, in and out of the shop a few times. Do you feel like you know more now than you did a week ago?
Oh, definitely not. There's so much to know about cars.
All right, let's say hi to Crystal. We'll start with the baddies, make our way up and down these phone lines. And this is Johnny Doesn't Know Cars. You ready, Crystal?
Yeah, I'm ready, Sweet
All
David.
right, well, Sweet David, will Johnny know what type of car is associated with James Bond? Will Johnny know what type of car is associated with the great James Bond? I'm going to say 0 chance, but it doesn't matter what we think. What do you think?
I don't think so either.
Allie, you think he's got a shot at this? Even a shot?
I just don't see Johnny as a James Bond fanatic.
Right.
I don't know that he's seen any James Bond movies, so for that reason, I would say no.
It's pretty well known, though, right? One specific brand of car that is always associated
think
with James
so,
Bond.
yeah.
All right, Johnny, she doesn't think he'll know. I don't think you'll know. Every once in a while, though, you learn this from some weird Family Guy episode where it was brought up. So
No, I can't watch Family Guy. I wasn't allowed to watch that when I was a kid.
Well, you're grown up now.
Yeah, but it's kind of whatever.
You still can't watch it? You're 26.
I couldn't watch it, but now it's like instilled in me, like, hey, I better not watch that Family Guy clip. Like, I can't watch that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very funny.
Are there all of your childhood rules still in place? Or
No, just that one. Just that
All
one,
right.
really.
So, Johnny, which car is best associated with the great James Bond?
Well, check it out. I love James Bond. Daniel Craig, Pierce Brosnan.
Oh,
those are
okay.
my boys. Love the.
So you've seen the James Bond movie?
Yes, I love Bond. I know he drives a silver car, and it's a coupe, and it's like the one all the spies have. I don't know the brand of the car.
Were you about to say gender of the car?
I was going to say the genre of the car. I don't know what genre the car is, but
if you had to take a guess, though, I mean, it is a make, right? There is a make of car. It's silver, and so you think all the spies drive that car. But what brand
I'm thinking British cars. I don't know many British cars, but I know Aston Martin. That's the only one I know.
Say that again?
Aston Martin.
Like Ashton Kutcher, but Ashton Martin?
Ashton Martin is the name of the car.
Okay.
Ashton Martin.
You know what? He kind of got there.
What is-
Crystal.
yes?
It's Aston Martin, but okay,
Yes!
you were close, and he
That
got there.
counts.
I'm gonna give
Yes,
I'm gonna give Johnny
baby.
the point on that one.
I'm
right?
surprised.
All
Really
right.
surprised.
I'm shocked you got there. Ashton Martin.
Blimey, mate.
All right, we go to the next. I'm sorry,
Blimey,
Crystal.
mate.
Blimey,
try.
mate.
Let's say hi to Jason and give Jason a shot at this edition of Johnny Doesn't Know Cars. Johnny, what is the difference between a V6 and a V8? Will Johnny know that, yes or no?
Definitely not.
All right,
Going to say the two numbers.
with a definitely not. Do you know the
He's
difference?
going to say they're two numbers?
I don't even know if we'll get that far. But,
Two numbers apart.
Johnny,
He's not wrong.
What is the difference between a V6 and a V8? Jason says you will not know.
V6 has 6 cylinders, 8 cylinders. V8 has 8 cylinders, mostly found in big, huge trucks or like really big, heavy like cars. Like you ever heard like the guy like actually I can't say that, but you know what?
The new V8 engine.
No, it was kind of like when people do street takeovers and they're kind of like no maka, and it's like V6 or V8.
Right.
I might be speaking a foreign language, you guys. I don't know if you guys
I get
understand
it.
it.
No,
That's
I
all
get
right,
what you
Johnny.
mean.
Johnny, once again, you got it right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, there we go. See?
Well, I know.
I know car stuff.
I don't know the second part of what you said, but the first part.
Yeah,
yes.
that might have to take a while to explain, but yeah.
Let's go to Marco in Huntington Beach for Johnny Doesn't Know. He's on a bit of a streak right now. Hey, Marco.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning.
Hi.
Will Johnny know which country gives us brands like BMW and Mercedes? Will Johnny know what country those hail from? Yes or no?
BMW and Mercedes. I am going to say yes.
All right, with confidence. Marco says you will know that. Johnny, what country brings us brands, car brands like BMW and Mercedes? He looks dumbfounded right now.
Well, this is just my normal face. Aren't those British cars too?
I need a country, specific country.
Those are British cars.
Do you
BMW
know,
British.
do you know what country British is?
Oh, England, New England.
New England.
But yeah, but also too, those are British cars.
Hold on, excuse me. Hold on.
Klein just did a
I
double
think you're
take.
dumbfounded.
Hold on. You said so
Yeah,
many
yeah.
things there. You went British, and then you jumped to England, and now you're saying New England?
Yes, New England car. English.
boy.
Excuse me. English cars.
Just hear Marco in the background going,
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. He said yes. So you're going to go with New England?
Let's go. Yeah, what is New England? Go ahead.
What is New England?
British cars.
What
yes.
is New England?
New
All right,
England is
Let me just start by saying that New England is in America.
What country or what part of the state is that?
What part of the state?
Where does it say New England out of the 50 states?
When
Yeah, when is
when
New
the
England too?
people from the regular England came over to America, they created New England.
So it's on the East Coast because it's definitely not a West Coast
That's
thing.
right. You got that.
Well, like which state?
But more importantly, let's get back to the question that matters. These cars are from Germany.
How are
We
you
have
alive?
We have a bigger question here.
Yeah. Which college did you go to again?
Shout out Santa Monica College, now enrolling till December
All right,
13th.
Let's say hi to, I'm sorry, Marco, you went with Johnny, and he really messed you up good there, and all of us. Let's say hi to
Wait,
Rick.
where did the car come from? What brand are those
They're
cars?
German cars.
Oh, German.
I said that.
Did you really? Wow.
Yes.
Jeez.
Are
they regular German cars or new German cars?
That's a great question.
God.
Yeah.
Josh, I'm sorry. Thank you for putting up with us here at KROQ this morning.
No
It's
one's gotten theirs right yet.
Johnny doesn't know cars. You ready to go?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, this could be like a one and done. Johnny, do you know the name of the first car that was mass produced? This is a well-known
Oh,
bit
wow.
of information. First car that
Another
was produced
history question.
on an assembly line. This is something that if you don't know a lot about cars, but I feel like everyone knows this car. Josh, will he know this? Yes or no?
I'm going to go with a yes.
He says you will know this. It is a well-known fact about cars.
You see, I thought you would have asked me questions about the movie Cars, the Disney Pixar movie Cars. That's
Do you
what
think Johnny Doesn't Know Cars was about the Pixar movies?
Yes, like I thought you were going to ask, like, what car is Sally from Cars? She is a blue Porsche
All right, well,
with a tattoo on her back.
That's not the way that we do this around here.
But now you ask me, what's the first car ever to roll off the assembly line?
What animal does Mater tip in the first movie?
A big tractor cow, by the way, too. Ding, ding, ding. That counts.
You brought your own bell in here?
Yeah, I found it back here, actually.
Haven't had to use that very often today. All right, Johnny, what's the answer to this question? The first car that was mass-produced?
Jeeps are kind of like the first car ever to me in my head. They look like they're super old and they've been around for a long, long time. So I'm going to say, Jeeps. Jeeps. Let's go Jeeps.
Oh, my
Okay, sorry.
Lord.
Sorry,
What
Josh.
is Lord?
Josh thought he would know that, and
The
he
first
did not.
car ever?
A
You think
Jeep.
it's a Jeep?
What else were they making back
Ever
then?
hear about the Ford model?
Ford Escape?
No.
Ford model?
Fusion.
Ford Fusion is the first
Johnny.
car.
What?
Johnny.
What Ford are you talking about? There's so many damn Fords in the world.
Model.
Taurus. Model
No.
Taurus.
Okay.
Ford Taurus. What is the answer?
The Model T.
The Model T.
T? Who the hell drives that nowadays?
Nobody. It was the first car.
So why would I know this?
Because it's history. It's the first car that was ever made.
All right, whatever. We'll give Chris one more chance. No one has gotten theirs correct.
This is tough. Why is this so tough? This is hard today.
Jesus Christ.
Give him a cars.
Yeah, give me a good question, please.
Hey, Chris, this final question. No one's gotten this right.
Herbie the
Johnny, what sound does a car make when you turn it on? Will Johnny,
Okay, ready?
Will Johnny know this, Chris? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right, let's hope he gets this right.
Come on, Johnny.
Johnny,
All
what
right.
noise does a car make when you turn it on?
Come on, Johnny.
You open the door. Bing, bing.
All right. Chris, for the sake of ending this thing, $100 richer and prove that you know what's going on in the world, or you're welcome to just listen passively and learn about a few headlines that may or may not be going on in the world. Allie Knows the News starts now.
When she's at the Y, all the boners are in view. Let's find out if Allie knows the news.
Beautiful.
All the guys of her F-U-P-A. You can always see the F-U-P-A.
It's a whole FUPA song. What a beautiful song, Allie. Who knew your FUPA would inspire so many wonderful things?
Something else for the village people to defend.
That's great right there. Let's get into it now. There's people all over the phones. Look at that. Every line is taken. People want your money. They want bragging rights. And we say hi to Joe, listening to us this morning in Seal Beach. Good morning, Joe.
Hey, good morning.
I got 5 questions here, all about things going on in the world. All you got to do is answer them quickly, confidently, accurately, score better than Allie, instantly get $100 richer. It's her money. She puts her money where her mouth is every morning right around this time. She's going to go ahead and leave the KROQ studios. You don't believe me? You can watch her leave on YouTube because we're currently streaming there. Bye. There she goes. She's out.
All right.
Allie, try not to get in any more issues in the company kitchen because there's already one mystery we've got to get to the bottom of later today. She's out. When the door closes, your round will begin. Joe, here we go.
Allie Knows the News.
A lawsuit alleges that this Six Flag roller coaster has led to a fatal brain injury. Which roller coaster is at the center of this controversy?
X.
Say it again.
X.
All right, go to question number 2. Over 60 years since this historic event took place, the U.S. National Archives has now released more than 63,000 pages relating to what historic event?
The assassination of JFK.
Question number 3. This actor's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony was crashed by protesters.
Mel Gibson.
Question 4. This retailer will no longer accept your Amazon returns. They were taking them, and now they said, we don't want them. Which retailer is rolling back their program of accepting your Amazon packages?
Would that be Kohl's?
And finally, federal charges have just been dismissed against a man who was accused of stealing this iconic movie prop that has been missing since 2005. Which prop has gone missing? Man was accused, and the judge has just released or dismissed the charges. What was the prop?
Ruby slippers, Wizard of Oz.
All right, good job. You did good. Let's bring Allie in. We'll score it together. This guy's got a shot. Making some money today. Allie, this is no dummy, this Joe. I know we've dealt with a lot of dummies, a lot of drunks.
Why couldn't it have been a dummy?
Well, I'm sure there was other dummies there. And by the way, it's funny because, Johnny's one of the guys who screened the calls, and everyone appears smart compared to Johnny.
Dummy knows dummy.
Dummy knows dummy. Let's say hi to Joe. Joe is battling Allie. He just answered his questions. Allie's back in the mix now, and here we go. Allie, question 1. A lawsuit alleges that this Six Flags roller coaster has led to a fatal brain injury.
Shoot. Okay, so I was looking at this, but I hadn't read the ride yet. Is it Tatsu?
Interesting guess. He said X. The correct answer is X2, but judges are saying
nothing because they don't exist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on.
Judges are giving him the point.
Yeah, you give him a point, yeah.
Yeah, X, he knew what's going on. He's up 1-0 over Allie. Love the way this is beginning. Not going to be good for you. By the way, 93% of the time, when you get the first question wrong and the player gets it right, you lose.
You're making this number
That's
out.
a real stat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That's right, it is good. Question 2. Over 60 years since it happened, now the U.S. National Archives is releasing more than 63,000 pages relating to what historic event?
What? 60 years. So that would be, let's say the atom bomb.
Oh, God damn. You are. Man. This game is turning into an atom bomb for you. He knew this pretty quickly. It's a big story. Maybe the biggest headline of the day. Okay. 63,000 pages relating to the JFK assassination.
Oh,
which is exactly what he said.
I love how you always have to make me feel bad. This is the biggest story everywhere, and it's anywhere you walk, Allie, it's in front of you, and there are billboards.
You've been here since 5 in the morning putting together the news for the show.
Yes, I'm working on all kinds of stuff.
Is there a bigger story out there than this one? I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of really big stories.
Question number 3. This actor's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony was crashed by protesters.
Gal Gadot.
Okay, he did not get that one. He said Mel Gibson. Allie is correct.
This was everywhere. I don't know how you didn't see it.
Well, I'm not going to make him feel bad.
That's top headline.
Allie's on the board. 2-1. Allie has finally made a little bit of a comeback. We go to question number 4. This retailer will no longer accept your Amazon returns. They are saying, we don't want them.
Oh, is it Kohl's?
That's right. He said it as well. Kohl's. Allie's on the board now. 3-2. Allie's still down by 1 with one final question. Here it is. Federal charges have been dismissed against a man who was accused of stealing this iconic movie prop that had been missing since 2005.
Oh, I think it's the ruby slippers,
That
right?
is the correct answer, Allie, who would tie it up, except for the fact that he got that as well.
No!
With a final score of 4-3. What a round of Allie Knows the News. Joe wins, and
Wow,
Allie.
you got 4?
Well, I know, one of the highest scores a listener's ever gotten. And what must you?
Oh my gosh, you loser!
Thank you.
No need to rub it in Allie's face, Vanessa. She tried hard.
Yeah, and I also spent almost $100 on an Uber this morning already, so it's
she's-
just one of those days.
You double lose. What must you shamefully admit over the airwaves with K-Rock? Allie, go
what's
ahead.
his name, Joe?
From Seal Beach.
My name is Allie, and Joe knows the news.
Congratulations,
I'm
Joe.
out $100. Congrats.
Don't you forget it.
Don't you forget it. Hold on one second.
Remember, you're a loser.
We're going to pay the people, and we'll do it after this, K-Rock. KROQ, Klein Alley Show. People asking on the text line, why is it that you had to take an Uber to work this morning? And I think I know part of the reason. It's because your car ain't working. Because you were driving on nothing, pretty much rims.
But I didn't know that at the time. Yesterday on the way to work, I had that alert, the notification that nobody wants, which is you're rapidly draining your tire pressure in your tire. You need to pull over immediately.
That alert is so fun because it means you got to get somewhere quickly.
I did feel like you because I was like, what would he have done? He would have tried to make it to work.
Yeah, you gotta make it.
And that was my first thought was I need to still get to work. I don't want to be one of those people that's like calling AAA because I'm not paying for it anyway. But right. I need to figure something out to get to work. And then I ended up pulling over, putting enough air in my tire to get me to work. And then after work, I had to figure out what the hell I was going to do. So I went to American Tire Depot, and they said, and it's free to fix a flat. I was so excited. I was like, oh, this is great. I'm going to be in and out in 10 minutes. They said, you're next in line. There's not going to be any waiting. It was great. There was another lady in the waiting room she had a flat. She was in and out the door in 10 minutes. I was like, this is awesome. And she comes back and she goes, well, I took a look at your tire, and we can't fix it because they are so bald that the wiring is exposed, and one of the workers almost hurt himself just trying to look at it.
I mean, that is when you have the wires exposed on the tires.
I didn't even know tires had wires.
That means there's not only zero tread, it means you've made it all the way past the point where you're pretty much at the inner workings of the tire.
Isn't that cool?
No, the fact that you were able to get that low is incredibly irresponsible on your own part.
Yeah, but isn't it a little bit of a sense of accomplishment? Like when they go, man, I don't know how you've been driving on this, and you're like, but I have.
It's funny that you're taking that as it shows how little accomplishments you've actually had in your life when you're taking that as an accomplishment.
Yeah, or they're like, man, these rotors are so bad. I don't know how you're even driving right now. And you're like, but I did it. Like I figured it out. I rode it to the ground, I delayed the replacing process.
That's where my life got worse yesterday because I was about to get on the 101, almost, into the valley, and then I get the text from Allie who said, "Are you anywhere near the station?" And I thought about not responding. And then I thought about saying, I knew, it's funny, your text didn't say, I need a ride, I'm stuck, I'm stranded. It just said, are you anywhere near the station?
Because I didn't want to.
Which was vague enough.
I didn't want to tell you really what it was. I knew that I needed to dangle a carrot for you.
Yeah, and I fell for it like a sucker, and I was like...
is this an opportunity to make millions of dollars?
I was like,
I'm
near, and I'm close enough, I said, close enough. And then she said, well, I'm stranded. Is there...
I said, I did not say I was stranded. I said, I'm in Hollywood, and if you're in the area, I was about to press select on the Uber. And then I was like, hey, if he's around, which I knew you took that way, I can just get in your car and like a hitchhiker, you can just take me a little closer, and then I'll get an Uber a little closer.
Which was interesting because I wasn't going to be able to get you that much closer. I was going to be able to get you like 5 or 6 exits on the
Yeah, but I thought I could probably convince you to just drop me off the whole way.
I knew that's what you were hoping for. And I kept floating it to her. I was like, are you trying to get me to take you all the way to your house? She's like, no, I'll just throw me out wherever. And I was like, you sure? But I had to pick up my kids yesterday, so I had a really small window. But stupid kids. But the interesting thing about this is that I thought to myself in my head, how long is it going to take me to backtrack to get Allie? And is it over a certain number? I had a number in my head. And I said, if it's over this number, I'm going to tell her can't do it. But
well,
if it's
you
under
were
this
also
number,
already on one of my cross streets.
Not really, though.
You were like right there. You were right there by Sunset. All you had to do was make a right.
Being on Sunset and by where you are in Sunset.
You were probably crossing Sunset as I called you.
Crossing Hollywood. Totally different. Regardless, in my head, I go, if it's over 10 minutes, I said, I like Allie, but if it's over 10 minutes of me backtracking, I'm not doing it.
That's such a small number for somebody like...
Well, 10 there, 10 back would have been 20 round trip just to get back to where I already was. I mean, and I would, no offense.
Not really, because the 101 was right there. You just boop right on the freeway, and you have somebody to talk to.
I don't need that.
On your drive.
I had 4 hours of that yesterday. I didn't need it.
Yeah, you could have talked to me instead of talking to your camera and making a little weird camera phone car video.
It was 9 minutes exactly, and I said, God damn it, I got to go get her now. So I went and got Allie, and she was just all excited to hop in. Mm-hmm. And it was very strange, to be honest. It was very
Why? Why is it strange?
Because I could tell you were hoping. You were really hoping that I just kept driving, and you wanted me to take you all the way to,
No, I
Agora
thought
Hills.
maybe with you, because you're always running around, I thought maybe you'd be like, anyway, I was going to stop by the Costco in Woodland Hills. And I'd be like,
Why
the
would
one in
I ever
Thousand
say
Oaks
that?
is so much better. You should go to that one.
Yeah, Allie was definitely saying things like, there's a pizza place by her I like, Tudo's, and she's like, have you had Tudo's in a while? And I'm like,
Brent's Deli's right by where I live as well.
she's trying to convince me to basically keep going, because the reality is I was going to take her
It's like the visiting committee of Agora Hills.
Yeah. She, all of a sudden it was like a tourism. Hey, have I ever showed you the new stuff that's opened up in mine? I'm like, Allie, I can take you as far as and I even went a little further than I was going to go, just a little further.
Like 2 streets further.
Yeah, and then I threw her right out of the car.
Yeah, and then I sat at a bus stop and waited for the Uber driver to come. And then that entire process saved me $12. Because it was going to be 60-something, and then it ended up being $50. So I was like, why? This was not really worth it.
Not worth it. Because you could have just
it wasn't worth it for you.
Definitely not worth it for me.
And then they said, well, you need to get your tires replaced, so we're going to have them come in tomorrow. They're going to fix it then. So I had to figure out how to get to work today. And there was
Uber.
discussion. Yes, there was another Uber, but I thought maybe somebody on the show could say, hey, I'm willing to pick you up.
Allie did float in her email last night about the show today. Hey, if anyone would like to give me a ride tomorrow, that'd be cool.
Well, because the ride is like $100 to get here. It's
Not
a
cheap.
lot.
Yep.
So I was thinking if somebody could do it out of the goodness of their heart. And Johnny texted me with kind of an open-ended, hey, if you need a ride. But he did make it clear that he was staying in Valencia, which is very far from where I live. And there was part of me who was like, well, see you tomorrow. But I was like, dude, please don't worry about it, Johnny. And I had to take an Uber this morning.
Who did you think would have been, none of us going to you would have been convenient?
Yeah, but Klein's the closest.
Yeah.
But you think I'm going to go, no offense, you think I'm going to drive a half an hour, 45 minutes in the wrong direction to grab you?
Just Uber to Klein's.
That was the other thing, but I thought it was going to be too many logistics, and I didn't want to have to wait for Klein, and I knew that there was going to be something weird and shady going on.
What do you mean weird and shady going on? What does that even mean, weird
I don't know.
and shady?
I feel like I would get to your house, and then I wouldn't be hearing from you, and then the timing would be off, and then I'd be nervous that I wouldn't be here on time, it was just not a reliable thing.
I want to point out that Allie has not mentioned the best part of this entire story is that when she got the Uber to pick her up, she got a message that said that the Uber driver was deaf.
Deaf or hard of hearing.
And would not be having a conversation with Allie. And I was convinced right away that this is something that is not true, but they did this to just not converse with Allie.
Just because they saw my picture.
So Allie went in and tested the theory. And
when I opened the door, I said, for Allison? And he said, yep. I'm so-and-so, come on in. And I was like, what is going on? This guy isn't deaf or hard of hearing. And then I thought to myself, what a great hack. I'm going to say that I'm deaf or hard of hearing, and then I'm going to decide who I actually want to play that out with. Can I play the sympathy card? Is this person really chatty and annoying? I'll figure it out when they get in the car, and if they're annoying, I'll just pretend I'm deaf.
Plus, think of all the great conversations you get to eavesdrop on that people have.
They're like, they can't hear me.
Yeah, they can't
Let's talk about the cheating scandal.
Well, it's a phone sex right now. This driver's an idiot. Can't hear anything, And then, meanwhile, Allie...
He's like, there's no phone sex going on here. I'll just talk to her,
Middle of the conversation on the way home, the guy went back to being deaf with Allie. They were having full conversation.
He said it was a zip code thing when he goes to different zip codes.
He goes, you know what? Your story was interesting at the beginning, but now in the middle, I have decided I'm going deaf again. We got to take a break. We're back in a second. We got your ADD news to get to. We got lots to give you on the show. If you're listening for the sweet sounds of the chicken with bird flu, that could score you eggs for an entire year. Someone today will score a dozen. Cuz when you hear the sweet sounds of a bird, or what Omar believes a bird with bird flu sounds like, call us up. Call at 12. Get a dozen eggs and be in the running for eggs for an entire year, courtesy of our friends Albertsons. This is going to be such a Pavilions. I got to mention all the proper names, but this is going to be so great, and I can't wait to give it to one of you, and we'll do it later this morning here on KROQ.
Klein, Alley, Show! Mornings on KROQ!
106.7 KROQ.
And the question we have for you right now as we try to save society is, which couple out there is the biggest dick couple? And when we use the word dick, we're not meaning it in the way that Pee Wee Herman would use it. We're meaning it more in this couple, maybe
in that case, do be a dick.
Yeah, maybe you like them. Maybe they're a fine couple, you hang out with them, but there's something about that couple that just, they fit into a couple that is, society could do better without. And there's some clear ones coming through already on the text line. We'll get to your calls as well. Our favorite nominee, we will invite you to join us this Friday with some lift tickets.
818 wanted to nominate right out the gate the couple that walks way too slowly together.
Oh.
Whether it's at a grocery store or on a sidewalk, they are so oblivious to the fact that they're blocking everyone from getting by, but they don't care because they're so in love.
Hey, Sophia, it is officially the most romantic time of the year, only 2 weeks and a few days away from Valentine's Day. It's all about them couples. Which couple would you like to nominate right out of the gate as biggest dick?
All right, here goes to Maria and Dan.
Well, you don't have to give specific. You don't have to give specific names.
You suck!
But what? Yeah. So what did Maria and Dan do that you think make them a terrible couple?
Okay, so I didn't mean to do that. Okay, when me and Maria, we make plans, and without any notice, she brings along her boyfriend.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, the invite without asking.
Well,
I don't like that either.
It's the couple that can't do anything separate. So even if it's clearly an event where it would not be a couple event, it's always the one couple that for whatever reason shows up together.
But they don't say anything in advance,
No.
like that the boyfriend's going to be there.
Right, and it was probably pretty clear. Like she was thinking, girls' night, we'll get drinks. And they're like, oh, there's Dan.
And let me
Thanks,
guess,
Maria.
Dan's boring.
Yes.
Okay, great. We got it. Yeah, that's
Like
an
if Dan
interesting-
was cool, then they wouldn't say anything about it.
Yeah, I know a couple like this. I think they finally broke up, but it became almost a joke that it didn't matter. We almost would set up the events to go, let's see how far we can push this to see if she still comes with him. So it'd be like, if we set up golf, she couldn't possibly show up. There's only 4 people in the group.
And
So
then
we'd
she'll
say
show
golf,
up?
and then she'd show up.
What?
And we're
Would
like,
she
"What?"
play?
No. She was like, I'll just hang out. We're like, what is going on here?
Don't you have a better thing? Like,
Don't you have 2 cars or something?
Yeah, oh my God.
Mark, all right, open nominees. Don't be a dick couples, as we're officially entering the most romantic time of the year. Our favorite one, we'll get some tickets to join us Friday, Ditch Day, Snow Song. What's up?
Yeah, the couple that shows up to the function, like already deep in conversation, and then when you get there, you can't even add to their conversation because they're just constantly going at it. You can't even add to anything that they're saying.
Interesting. So they're in their own stratosphere.
Like
You
a
can't-
fight?
Yes, exactly.
Well, fighting couple is a different sort of couple, I would argue, than what he's saying. He's saying a couple that is kind of oblivious to the fact that now
Other
there's
people have entered the conversation.
Others around now, and they're
Right.
still kind of in that A-B conversation. The fighting couple, which is an interesting one as well, obviously, are the couple that everything could set them off, and one of them's always mad at the other one.
Yeah, but one that I like even more, 626 put in on the text line, is the couple that seems very happy together, but then when they're alone, they will talk crap about the other person in the relationship to you.
Yeah.
You
that's a
know,
good
it's
one,
like,
too.
well, he always does this, he always does that. And then the girlfriend comes over and she's like, well, he blah, 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 blah. You know, they're always crapping on each other, but then when they're together, it seems like they're, quote, happy.
Right, publicly they look very happy. Hey, Ryan on KROQ, don't be a dick. Talking couples now as we are in the most romantic time of the year. Which couple do you like the least?
Yeah, I like to nominate the couple that has to plan a double date and fights every single time a date is planned. Not even an hour goes by, and there has to be an argument for the most pettiest thing.
It's interesting
For
because
example,
sometimes
you
that's
didn't wake me up for Disneyland.
sometimes that's the glue that keeps that couple together is the fact that they're so heated. Because they always say not fighting at all is a big red flag. If you're not fighting at all, that means kind of you're both checked out. But
yeah,
if you're
but then
fighting,
there's always fighting.
if you're fighting constantly about every little thing. And it's always interesting, too, because I've sat next to, like, people at restaurants before where there's a couple that's been together for a while and then, like, a new couple. And the new couple's getting along because they still like each other. And then the couple that's been together for a while is like, look at your future.
Yeah. Oh, the steak. Well, you shouldn't get the steak. You're not going to eat it. You have a heart thing.
Right. George, KROQ, welcome. It's Don't Be a Dick Couples. Our favorite nominee will get tickets to join us Ditch Day. What do you got for us?
Hello, guys. How are you doing?
Doing fine.
So the couples that talk to themselves like babies, one to each other, and they also talk in third person.
Give me an example of the first, the baby talk, please.
So, so let's imagine John and Katie, and John is like, "Hello, how are you doing?" And the other one is like, "I'm good, baby, I'm good." And they talk to each other like that. They're like, "Oh, baby bear," and they're talking one to each other like that.
Keep going. I'm still unclear.
Give us a few more examples, if you could.
Like, oh, you were talking about the steak, and they're like, "Oh, you're a big boy. You would like to eat this steak today?" and they're talking like that, and you're like, what is going on with these guys?
Uh-huh.
Do you have an example of what that would sound like?
What do you say?
Do you have an example of what that would sound like?
So it's just like that. They go on and on and on like that, and you're on the other table hearing them, and it's kind of really uncomfortable to hear that.
Right. And if they were by themselves on the bed doing pillow talk, how would that sound?
Like in the phone?
Yeah.
Oh, it would be the same.
Yeah, give me an example.
All right. So they will be like, "Oh, you're working today? You're working? When are you gonna be home? I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. I want to see you today," and things like that. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
And
if one of them ordered a donut and the other one wanted to try the donut, what would that sound like?
oh my God. Can you please give me a piece of your donut? I really want a piece of your donut.
Right. I get it. Starting to make sense. Right. All right.
I find that really annoying.
Yes.
Right.
I can see. It sounds like it. All
We
right.
can understand
All
now.
right,
I think we have a clear picture.
I get that one now.
But we'll
Yeah.
come back to you later.
Yeah. Think of a good example, George, so we can role play a situation. We'll get back to you in a second. Daniel on KROQ, good morning. Don't be a dick. What's up?
Morning. What's happening, guys?
Looking for nominees for the biggest dick couples. As a result, tickets up for grabs, and we're going to save society by eliminating one of these couples once and for all. What's up?
So I hate the couples that when you're at dinner and this couple, they're having such a good time that they have to make sure everybody around them knows it. They're joking around and trying to make everybody else kind of envious of their happy relationship when, sometimes I'm having a real conversation about I forgot eggs or toothpaste, from the grocery store.
Yeah, I get it.
I wonder what that would sound like.
George, back to George. George, if the couple you're talking about is having a conversation about eggs or toothpaste, how would that sound? George?
Does the baby want his eggs like these? Scrambled?
All right.
With the toothpaste?
All right, hold on.
Great. Okay.
Different.
Good nominee as well.
We have a different George on the phone right now. He will not. He's playing for second place. But go ahead. Other. Festival fever has hit KROQ. There's no escaping it. And later this morning, get a chance for you to win tickets to Cali Vibes, Stick Figure, Kid Cudi, Dirty Heads, Slightly Stupid Friends, Ludacris, Iration. What a lineup. Here's what it looks like if you're watching along on YouTube. There it is right there. We're streaming live right now. KROQ's YouTube page. You can go there, subscribe, follow, and smash that like button or whatever they say. Let's get to your news now. Then we'll get into a brand new hour of the show and a mystery that is unfolding here in the hallways at KROQ. There is a lot of controversy behind this, a lot of theories, conspiracy theories. Maybe you can help us crack the case. That'll be coming up. But right now, your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
Earlier this week, we heard about the guy that won $50 million at that Starbucks because he spilled hot tea all over himself, damaged his genitals. Totally worth it, in our opinion. Now there is another way more serious lawsuit that's making headlines, and this is against Six Flags. And this couple from Garden Grove claimed that their son rode the X2 roller coaster, and while he was on it, the ride abruptly stopped. And when that happened, he got some really bad head pain. Eventually, he lost consciousness, and they claimed that this caused brain damage, and eventually he died. And of course, it's very sad that he died, and I'm sure they're going to win lots of money because they're claiming that there weren't enough warnings that were placed outside the ride to let people know of the potential dangers of riding this roller coaster.
I thought it did. I've been on that thing. That thing I'll never get on again. It's so scary.
And by the way, they do
Yo,
put
yeah, hell yeah.
When you're in that line, not that anyone's paying attention, but they do put up a ton of...
Totally.
I would imagine they're protected in a lot of ways.
Yeah, but are they detailed enough about... I mean, I've
I
always
think
thought
when
they
you
were...
buy the ticket, it's all in the fine print, too, as you know?
Yeah, it's a question we could ask Sweet James next time he's on with us. But the reality is, Allie, that whenever I'm bored, if your phone dies and you're in line, you are reading. You have nothing to do, so you start reading all those signs. You're like, "Don't be pregnant. Don't be
pregnant.
Don't have motion sick." I mean, they have all. Yeah, they've written all. A
if
lot
you've
more
had
flowery.
diarrhea in the last week, you shouldn't ride this roller coaster.
They have a lot of stuff there. I see them sometimes.
Well, and like ones that have flashes, like when you're in those theaters.
It could cause seizure.
Yeah.
They tell you all that stuff.
Yeah, but that's if the ride is working properly. I think the fact that it's stopped in the middle is a big part of the lawsuit.
That would be part of it. Yeah, it's very sad.
Because,
obviously.
a ride breaks down, that sucks. But to have it stop so suddenly that people are getting injuries, then absolutely. The coaster in the park is at fault for that.
Whatever happened a few years back when someone fell off a water slide and died? That was a different place altogether, but I think that they also claimed that the
Is that water park that everyone was dying?
No. That was a different one. They made
that was a cool one.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's the one they made the documentary about, right? It was like everyone was dying.
That was back in the 80s. I don't think anyone sued that. They're just like, well, it happened. There goes Billy.
And the parents are like, yeah, you're right.
You're right. Hey, tickets were 2 for 1.
But
can't complain.
Question. If, we talked about, would you rather be a 50 millionaire or have burned genitals or regular working genitals with no money?
Yeah, we all took the money.
If you were to get a head injury
go ahead.
that was going to permanently alter your state of mind.
I already have one.
But you were going to get, say, $100 million. Would you do that? Because we talked to you, that guy that Coma Jim or Coma.
Yeah, Coma Jim.
Yeah.
He got rich because a speedboat hit him in the head, and he is now as rich as he could be. He's living.
But he was an Olympian, and now he's not, though.
And he said that he would trade it all back to have his brain back.
Yep. So I think that's the reality. Is that the grass is always greener, right? So you think right now you think, oh man,
grass is always greener on the other side of the brain damage.
It always is. But you think to yourself now, oh man, if I had all that money. Little brain damage, but you don't know how it's going to affect you. And if all of a sudden life, I would say you probably want health above all else. They say health is the one thing you cannot buy.
Yeah, but health would be considered in the genital example as well.
Yeah, but genital, as long as they function for pleasure occasionally, that's all you need, right?
Okay. All right, the most expensive dog. How much did you pay for your dog? Was it worth it? And as they tear up your favorite shoes, do you think that maybe your dog should have been cheaper? Omar, you regret it?
Well, now that my girls are so in love with the damn thing, I don't regret it. But at the leading up for a year, I did regret it.
Was your dog expensive?
It was a rescue. It was from Mexico. We had to go to San Diego to pick it up. I think the adoption fee was maybe $200.
Right?
Because they give them all the shots and they tag it with the little chip.
Klein, you probably paid a lot of money for your little hump dog. That's one of those doodles that everyone pays a lot of money for.
No, this one was claimed by some other family. I think they paid for most of
the
it.
Kardashians,
and then they didn't pick it up. It was like needed to go, and it didn't have a house. We weren't trying to get another dog. We still had Chloe alive. So
you're take that, Tom Brady. I'm taking your dog.
But the reality is, it's funny what Omar said, because you do in your head budget what you think a dog is. You're like, all right, I got to get the thing shampooed once in a while. I got to buy dog food, and you kind of think that's it. You don't take into account all of the things of yours that they will ruin, that you have to replace, and that is where the real expense of a dog is. And then the occasional, we have to have an X-ray because we think it ate the remote control.
And the dog sitters, you can't go on vacation just to spur of the moment. You can't do any of that.
That's why I don't have a dog, is because I don't want to hire dog sitters. But you think when you get a dog, I'm probably just going to be paying for most of that on the other side of it after I have the dog. But now the most expensive dog in the world is here, and you could be paying $5.7 million for this dog. And the reason it's the world's most expensive is because it is the first of its kind. It is a cross between an actual wolf and a Caucasian shepherd. shepherd.
Oh, I need that in my
And
life.
it's like this, and it was born in the U.S. It's
All right,
8
bring
months
on-
old, and
bring
it's
on-
already over 165 pounds and 30 inches tall.
Give me the brain injury so I get the $100 million to buy this dog. I want a wolf dog so bad.
Yeah, but if you look at the pictures of the dog, it's not that cute. And I'm like, okay, you know, it's kind of like a weird it's kind of got all these weird colors, but it's still shaped like a wolf. And I'm like, wouldn't you want to pay for like Frenchies are still the most popular dog in LA, and everyone likes them just because they're cute, not because they're gonna live forever and protect you, etc.
But people do love the story. Yeah, I always hear these people because I take my daughter to the park all the time, and the people that have the dogs that are a mix of a bunch of things, they love dropping that on people. They say, well, you know...
So people will pay $5.7 million just to be like, what kind of dog? And you're like, wolf.
It's part wolf.
And shepherd.
People are like, whoa.
Well, there's the dog.
Oh, yeah, that's not a good-looking dog.
It's not a good-looking dog.
It actually doesn't even really look like a wolf. I mean, I feel like that's the kind of thing where if you just gotta...
I feel like every person's like, my dog's part wolf, I think.
Well, all dogs are. They all evolved out of wolves. But if you get a mutt of some sort, just go ahead and tell that story. Yeah, people will believe it.
Yeah. All right, and then it's finally here. Well, it seems like it's here a little too soon, but the Happy Gilmore 2 trailer is here. Here's a little bit of what it sounds like.
What's with the beaver teeth? I haven't swung a club in years. I'm a little intimidated. All these guys hit it big now. I don't know where to start.
Come on, brother. Grip it and rip it.
I guess I need to update my happy place to something a little more age appropriate.
And so I watched the whole thing, and obviously I'm a big fan of the original Happy Gilmore, and there are tons of cameos just in the trailer alone. You see Bad Bunny breaking a golf club over his knee. You've got Ben Stiller reprising his role of Hal. You've got the return of Shooter McGavin, John Daly. Of course, Adam Sandler's kids are in it, and then you've got people like Travis Kelce in it as well. And so my worry is that it seems like a very epic trailer, and it seems like it's full of cameos, and that's what this whole movie is going to be, is just cameos.
Speaking of cameos, I think John Daly is going to be on our show next week. Can you believe that? We scored straight out of the Happy Gilmore 2 trailer, the great John Daly on Klein Alley Show. Unbelievable. We get into a brand new hour of the show the second this one is done, from Green Day. So enjoy it now. The next hour could possibly change your life, and it starts after this on KROQ.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Everyone loves a mystery. This hour, you'll help us solve a mystery that's taking place in the hallways here at KROQ. I assume that it has something to do with someone on our show, although I'm not 100% sure. I'm late to this. I know that this was a big story that kind of was developing yesterday. It's only evolved in the last 12 hours, and Vanessa even did some undercover reporting as she was approaching people to try to figure out what their theories are. So many theories running around, not only KROQ, but sister station, KNX, the news station, on 97.1 FM, and then you got K-Earth as well. All these different people that work on the same floor, and no one really knows what this is in regards to, but the note is very aggressive. Some would say passive-aggressive. I don't even think it's passive. I think it's just aggressive.
Well, I mean, they literally say something in the note that we say regularly on the show. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, DBAD, don't be a dick, which leads to one of the theories, Allie, which we'll get into in a moment when we break this down. But one of the theories is that you are the leaver of the note.
I was the first person to take a picture of the note and put it on my Instagram.
That's why people are thinking it was you. You're so
By people, do you mean you?
No, someone, I will say not only one, two people said my theory is
Who
Allie.
is the other person?
One of them sits in that room right there.
Justin, really?
Yeah.
Justin thinks I wrote the note.
Said it's a possibility.
She's on camera constantly. How wouldn't you know?
Well, she's not on camera when the note was posted.
Yes, it was.
You have your eyes on her all damn day.
Oh, wait.
I know. Sorry for you.
Wait, when did the note was posted while we were live on the show?
Yes.
Oh, it was?
I have an alibi, man.
You're always out there snacking on stuff.
What do you mean? Just because I eat doesn't mean I give a crap what goes on in the sink.
Well.
I stay far away from that sink. I don't think I've ever washed a dish in there because I don't like to be a part of that. No, I don't.
Oh, you just admitted. You're not the note leaver, you're the reason for the note.
All right, I'm writing a note.
All right. This note very possibly could tear apart the very foundation of multiple radio stations at the same time.
We're all crumbling.
We will get into it after this. Controversy developing before our very eyes and ears here at KROQ. know if we can get to the bottom of this now, Allie, because this investigation seems like it's only evolving right now. Workplace drama is sometimes the greatest sorts of drama because these are people you see on a daily basis, but
when people have real problems at home, it's nice to just focus on trivial problems that don't really matter.
It's time for us to introduce you to some low-budget detective work that we've been doing behind the scenes here at KROQ, including Vanessa, who went undercover with hidden microphone, and we will share with you the note in question and try to figure out who's at fault in this exciting edition of Low-Budget Detectives, the KROQ Kitchen.
Everybody thinks they're a detective. And truth be told, even internet sleuths help solve crime. But now it's time for the Dumb and Dumber of the investigative world to show you how it's not done. This is Low Budget Detectives.
Low Budget Detectives.
A note was placed by the kitchen sink here at KROQ. It apparently went up yesterday at some point during the show. It's all anyone's talking about here. I know there's bigger things going on in the world, but here in the halls at KROQ and at the sister stations, this is the biggest conversation. Who left the note and who's the note about?
And the note was left during the show yesterday. I noticed it when I went out, actually, for Allie Knows the News.
Were you the first person that noticed the note?
I think so, but I don't think anyone's really milling about at 6:15 in the morning, so I think I was one of the first people to see it. And while I was out there, I had time to read the entire thing, and it was posted on the cabinet just above the sink. This is the sink where people would wash their dishes if they were eating in the break room. And it says, "Hey there, ... Is this your stuff? It's been sitting here for a bit."
All capital letters.
Oh, yes.
Which is the yelling version of writing a note.
There are some dirty Tupperware in the sink on the right-hand side. And there's a giant drawn arrow pointing to those dishes.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, the Tupperware is taking over most of the sink.
Yes.
Over half.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a lot of Tupperware.
Is this your stuff? It's been sitting here for a bit. Here's an idea. How about you go ahead and clean it up, dry it off, and take it home? Doesn't that sound, I don't know, ... cool? In italics. Like being considerate of others, responsible for your own actions, and not an effing slob? ? But instead, ... cool. Yeah, be cool, not a dick. Have a great day. So this has caused a lot of uproar.
It's an aggressive note.
It's overwritten.
I like it.
This really could have been said in like 5 words.
But
clean up your ass.
But you understand, someone who left their Tupperware in the sink, someone who...
It was there all weekend.
Yeah, and I don't know why it's bothering somebody, but it got to a point where it was a little annoyance, and then someone let it boil up inside of them to the point where they go, I can't take it anymore. I'm leaving this note. And they probably walked by the sink every day and go, I can't believe it's still there. Well, I can't believe how someone is being so inconsiderate.
And think about it in your place. If somebody has made a mess and the dishes are sitting in the sink and they say, hey, I'm going to get to it.
Right.
And then you keep walking by going, when are they going to get to it? Why is it still there? It does kind of sit with you.
Yeah, well, Vanessa was
Festers.
Making her way through the office trying to get some people's opinions about this because everyone's got their own theories as to who left the note
and who left the dishes.
And I don't know who's now more at fault now. Obviously, the person who left the dishes, there's a problem there.
That's how the problem was created.
Right,
but a lot of people are siding with the dish dirty person because the person who writes the passive-aggressive note is never the hero in the story.
I don't know. It's a little angry. So we have to look for an angry person.
So already there's theories as to who even could write the note, and you can eliminate nice people right out of the gate because the note seems like an angry note. Vanessa was out there with her microphone trying to get information from people in the halls.
Hi, Nicole. So I think by now you have seen the note in the kitchen. Who do you think left the note in the kitchen?
I think it was our boss. I think it was Kevin Weatherly.
What?
Listen, interesting theory as well, because I don't see that he would care at all about this,
or ever be in at 6 a.m.
Right.
Exactly.
And
I don't even think his computer's connected to a printer.
No, I don't think his computer turns on, to be honest. I think he's just got a monitor he looks at.
I think it was our boss just to create drama, like for on-air content.
And who do you think the note is about?
I think it's about somebody in the morning show.
What?
I don't know. I think it's either Jake or Postmaster Johnny or one of them because they don't look like they like to clean things.
Oh, damn.
That's Nicole Alvarez calling you guys dirty.
What do you think? Are you team the note or are you team whoever left that stuff in the sink?
I'm team this amazing drama. Like, we need it to get spicy around here.
Yeah.
Okay. Vanessa, very excited. And Vanessa seems
Girl talk.
very happy.
Okay, drama ball.
Justin.
This is Justin the engineer now. As you know, Justin the engineer's got a very funny voice.
Of the people that she's talked to, I do think it's interesting the theory of the first person she spoke to, which is we need to find an angry-looking person in the building, which would be you.
Well, don't turn finger at me. I'm not
You are-
typing. I'm not typing.
Yeah,
it.
you got grump face.
You are the
stop it.
angriest-looking person in this building.
I could give 0 Fs if Tupperware was left in the sink.
yeah,
Nor-
but you would do it for a bit.
I don't even use the sink. I've never even used that sink ever.
I don't think you've ever turned the sink on.
Never. Why? I don't even. I wouldn't notice if anything was left. It wouldn't bother me even a little bit.
Justin, the engineer. Did you see the note in the kitchen?
Yes, I did.
What did you think about the note in the kitchen?
Thought it was pretty funny, a little aggressive.
Okay, who do you think left that note in the kitchen?
Probably someone from the newsroom.
Oh, damn.
So he believes it's someone at our news station because they just can't put up with it. See, the reason they kept saying,
Well, it definitely is somebody from the news station because
They're adults.
K-Earth has been around, Wave's been around, we've been around, and then KNX is the new person on this floor.
Yeah, they're the new people. And we were told by one of the building workers that us being in the same kitchen as the KNX news crew might create some rifts. That there are a couple people who are very particular about the way the kitchen is run.
right, because they're like 24/7 because there's always news breaking. And so as a result, that kitchen, they treat it like almost like their home kitchen.
Yeah, and they have etiquette, and they all kind
There's
of
this
follow
lady
the etiquette.
that comes and like chops food and makes
Oh my
a
gosh!
whole meal.
Well,
like,
she's my new best friend. She has mastered the art of cooking eggs in a microwave.
crazy.
She
But-
made herself a whole spinach omelet yesterday. It's incredible.
See, here's
So now that now that the KNX crew is here and they utilize the kitchen the way kitchen is supposed to be utilized, we should be more conscious of how we use it. Like I never use the kitchen, so it's obviously not me. But we have to be aware.
Whoa, very defensive, Omar.
Okay,
Obviously.
now you're presenting yourself.
Now I feel like it's you.
Oh my
I think
god!
what we all know is that it's not me.
I think it's Omar. Now I'm convinced. I didn't even think about you, Omar, but the way you said that is so guilty.
No, I'm just saying we have to be considerate of other people.
Yeah, well.
But I also don't agree with the note. Like, who the hell does that?
I understand what you're saying, Omar, because we've been in this kitchen longer, and it was kind of a wasteland. So
Totally.
everyone, I think, you could leave dishes in there for a week at a time,
Nobody
and nobody
would
would
care.
even notice or care.
Here's my theory. This note is written by an older person who works here based on the language used. And they are writing
Based
the
on
note.
the use of the word cool.
Yes, and they're directing the note at someone at KROQ because that's the point they're making in all of this. Is that wouldn't it be cool since KROQ is the
Since you're so
cool
cool.
station?
Did they spell it Kewl?
They spell it like the cigarettes. KOLOL. That's right.
You think so? Who do you think that note is about?
Probably Johnny.
Yeah.
Most people think the note is about Postmaster Johnny. That Postmaster Johnny is the guy.
Hasn't he done this in the past?
But
I remember.
I seem to think Postmaster Johnny, when he eats his food, I mean, we've seen him. He eats peanut butter right out of the jar.
No, but I've seen him come with Tupperware, and that's the style of Tupperware that he
Well, that's
has.
the style of Tupperware everyone has.
Yeah,
It's
but he's
Tupperware.
done this before, hasn't he? Left it in the sink for.
He has. Jake's right.
And are you team the note or are you team Johnny if it's about Johnny?
Definitely team note.
Wow.
Thank you. Perfect.
Everyone is really interesting. It's completely split the workplace here.
Hashtag team note.
So we gotta take a break now. We're way behind already, and I know we have petty claims court to get to. But I don't know. This mystery is continuing to unravel. We'll post the note. You can.
Hey, let's get somebody from KNX in.
Well, they're the
Let's
one.
post a new note.
They're the reporters.
Yeah, let's post a new
That's
note.
a better idea.
A new note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Note. All right.
Calling this person out, like, hey, if you want to hash it out,
Right.
let's go on the airs of KROQ.
All right, great. Let's get. I think we can find by the way, the note is not handwritten; it's typed. We should point that out. People said check handwriting. We can't check handwriting. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
it's typed.
theories.
It's printed out and typed.
Is it?
See, now we've got some supporters outside the
Lot of
window.
people.
Yes.
We will get to the bottom of this. We will not rest until we find out the culprit of this. The note and the Tupperware.
We will not rest until the answer is eventually disappointing to all of us.
Right. Or until we forget, which will happen during this break.
It's K-Rock Festival Fever. We're hooking you up with tickets to a different music festival every day this week. I got a fever all day today. Listen at 9, noon, 3, and 6 to win your way into
Cali Vibes, June 7th and 8th at Marina Green Park.
featuring
I'm on vacation. There's a place that I wanna go.
Dirty Heads, Kid Cudi, Iracious, Slightly Stupid and Friends.
2 in the morning, police knocking at my door. Why don't you have some dirty hot sex? We met her at a backyard block party by the bar.
Pepper, Swayze, Cypress Hill performing Black Sunday, and more.
Steve Golden Voice.
It's KROQ Festival Fever.
Keep listening to win.
We are Klein Alley Show. I got to clear out some of these phone lines because I really do want to get people's opinions on the petty claims court case. We're about to start, but before we can even get into that, Chris, you have a theory about the mystery note and the dishes left in the sink here at KROQ that has fired up this entire office.
I do, and I think this might help narrow it down for you guys. Nobody uses the ... that's under the age of 40. So you can eliminate everybody under the age of 40 in the office.
Okay, because of the use of the ... in the note. Even though they use the phrasing, don't be a dick and all that other stuff.
I use ...
because
I work in an office and I get teased all the time.
Okay, so ... means over 40, so that helps us eliminate. Although there's so many theories now, and I really wish we could spend more time on this now. We can't, but someone's theory is that Johnny not only left the Tupperware, but he also left the note because he's not getting enough on-air time lately, and he's trying to create drama for himself.
Yes, but also somebody on the text line had a great point. Our printer that we use for KROQ is out of toner.
Yes, it is.
So as you can see by the image here on the live stream of our printout of the note, which you can barely read.
It's up on YouTube right now.
So if someone from our station was going to write the note and print it out, it wouldn't look the way it does.
So whoever printed this note, printed it, has access to a different printer than we have at KROQ, which already eliminates anyone from KROQ for writing the note, printing the note at least.
Yeah, and I will also say that the spelling of effin is F***********, IN apostrophe.
What does that mean?
I think that the fact that they covered their censor, like they censored their F word, is also an indicator that it's an older person.
That's someone who works in radio. They're just so afraid to curse. All right, well, anyway, we'll get to the more drama. In fact, I just found out, someone just tipped me off, and they said that they believe that the dishes in question have been thrown out now.
Yeah, they're gone.
So,
and they're not in the dishwasher, which I know that's crazy. There is a dishwasher.
I know.
Which would have eliminated this entire issue.
But whatever, we'll get to it. We'll figure out.
I've been working here a long time. I've never known that we had a dishwasher.
Really?
Never know.
We got to get.
It's there.
I think
it's right there next to the sink.
Hey, Vanessa, is our lie detector guy available to come in this Friday for Lie Day Friday?
I can ask him.
Yeah, because I mean, we could just start pulling people out of the halls here one at a time and sit them in the seat and just figure this
Hi,
out.
this is John. Sit down.
Sit down. Because I mean,
and then the news people were like, okay.
Yeah, if we'll get to the bottom of this by Friday. If he can come in, we can turn Friday into a Lie Day Friday, and we can just get to the bottom of this once and for all.
That'd be so cool.
All right, let's get into it now. We got a couple. Hold on. Blind Charlie has a theory about this. And Blind Charlie, as you know, Allie, because he doesn't have his eyes, he's got other senses that are much stronger. So go ahead, Blind Charlie.
Well, I was just suggesting that you guys get Justin to put a camera so you guys have a sync cam and you can put that like in the lower corner of your YouTube feed and people could tune in and watch the sync to see who's...
Sync cam is a great idea. I don't know why we don't have sync cam. And it's also interesting because you would think there's cameras everywhere. They caught me falling down in the hallway. They caught all of the other things that have happened here.
Oh, man. Klein spilled his breakfast in that kitchen the other day. It was hilarious. I was so mad we didn't have a camera in the kitchen. We got to get a kitchen cam.
For some reason, there's no cam there, so we can't even
funny.
check it out.
You juggled it, bobbled, fell on the ground.
There's a couple on the phone right now. Their relationship may not make it through the next 5 minutes. Let's find out why.
In the legal system, cases are tried from Supreme Courts to small claims court. But what about stuff that's too small for small claims court? This is petty claims court.
All right, let's get into it now. This is Fabby. She is bringing her boyfriend or husband. They're engaged. Fiance. She's bringing her fiance to us today for something that's going on in their relationship, and you will determine who's right, who's wrong. Hello, Fabby. Welcome to KROQ.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning. You sound upset.
Yeah, I'm pretty upset.
Before we bring your fiance on, where you get to confront him, is he going to be aware of what this is about, or is this the first time he's going to be hearing about this?
It's going to be the first time he's hearing about this.
Okay. So this is something that he may not even be aware he's doing. What is it that has propelled you to join us here at Petty Claims Court?
Well, it's been a while since he's clipped his toenails, and this is like a daily struggle. He's constantly gashing my leg with his toenail. So I kind of got tired of it, and since he brought me onto Petty Claims Court a while back, I'm bringing him back on so I can take him to court.
Wait a minute. He brought you on Petty Claims Court in the past?
Yeah, he did.
What was the reason? I got to remember your case.
Because he called me a water bottle hoarder.
Oh, yeah. You leave water bottles all over the place with like a sip missing, and you just leave it and open another one. Leave them all over.
We're getting this now with the toenails, a very clear picture of your home.
So let me get this straight. You were just sitting around waiting for an opportunity after he put you on blast and told the world that you leave water bottles everywhere, which is something that I think a lot of people understand they got to deal with in their relationship. There's usually always someone that leaves cups everywhere, water bottles everywhere. It's a frustrating thing to deal with. The idea that you now have been sitting around waiting for an opportunity to get him on something, and finally you just let those toenails grow long enough so you could call us?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
And is this like an ongoing thing? I mean, you've been with this guy for a while now, or is just like recently he's fallen off on the toenail clipping?
Yeah, it's ongoing, but recently it's just gotten so bad that he like scratches me.
Oof.
Is he ripping up your bedding at all?
Yeah, they get caught in the bedding and everything.
All right, let's say hi to Ruben. Ruben, good morning, and I guess good to talk to you again. I guess your relationship's going great if this is your second appearance on Petty Claims Court, huh?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. I forget what happened last time. You brought her here because she leaves water bottles everywhere. Did we rule in favor of you or rule in favor of Fabby?
Wait, I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
The last time you were on with us, who won Petty Claims Court?
Oh, I did.
You did.
I think she's just trying to get redemption at this point.
It sounds like it. Do you agree that you have disgustingly long and potentially dangerous toenails?
I would say so, yeah. I don't like cutting them.
Oh, why? It's so. How long are they? Like, do you know how? Like, are they more than an inch?
Yeah, I mean, I cut them like once they reach the end of my shoe. That's like my signal to.
Once they reach the end of your shoe.
That is
Jesus. That's too long.
How do you
man.
even wear socks? You're just tearing through your socks.
I don't know. I have a bunch of rib socks. I buy actually socks pretty frequently.
Well, why don't you solve all these problems at one time just by cutting some toenails? I get it. I don't like doing it either. You got to bend all down. It's a weird thing. I mean, I understand why you could easily let that slide for a little bit, but at some point you would, I think, see your feet getting out of the shower and go, ugh.
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad we made some headway here.
Okay. So, do you see our thinking here? Our logic is just maybe cutting them a little more, or is there something that's bothering you about cutting them?
I just don't like the feeling of the nail clipper going under my nail. I just feel like it's a little bit. I go over and it's just going to tear the whole nail off. That's my issue.
Right. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a professional help you out? Ever gone to get a pedicure where someone else does it?
No, I never done that. I just don't like people touching my nails in general.
Right. And I guess a lot of people on the text line are saying that why don't you just constantly wear socks? Like, couldn't that problem be solved if you just refused? Again, I know you kind of rip through them, but the idea that you could just wear socks all the time is a solution to hide your shame.
I mean, I do wear socks though, but the thing is, I just rip them.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Fabi, this has become a real problem because it's injuring you now, right? Like, you're getting scratched up, your ankles, your feet are all jammed up?
Yeah, they're not too jammed up, but yeah, they start scratching and it gets uncomfortable.
Yeah, but Fabi, just to play devil's advocate here a little bit, if Ruben continued to grow them out, he could get Guinness World Record status.
Oh, man, I'd have those feet.
Yeah, then he's got famous feet.
Shut up, Klein. You wouldn't.
I mean, I think that having long toenails is way more of an ick than long fingernails. Like, even the guy who has the random long fingernail, I think that has a creep factor to it. But any guy, especially who has really, really long toenails, I think you get instant creep. I mean, Fabi, is this turning you off? Is it affecting your sex life?
It is. It really is. And I've told him about it. Let me cut your toenails. And he's like, no, you don't know how to do it. You cut me. And he starts like sweating profusely, and it's pretty extreme.
So it seems like he has some kind of a fear of the
Anyone
toenail
else
clipping.
says maybe he's got a cocaine addiction. He's growing out those coke toes. I don't think
That's
you can do it.
such a hard way to snort
It'd be
cocaine.
if he could do that, that'd be some party trick. All right, well, listen, I think that this is going to be an open-shut sort of situation. Fabi, we will give you 10 seconds, and I'm very curious to find out what Ruben's 10 seconds will be. I don't really know how you can defend it other than to say, my body, my choice, which is a fair defense. Doesn't hold up, unfortunately, in Supreme Court. But in petty claims court, I think we could accept that as your actual defense. Fabi, 10 seconds to try to persuade the votes. Of course, the first 100 texts at 800-520-1067 will determine who wins and who loses. This is not really one of those who's right, who's wrong scenarios because he's already admitted guilt that he does have very long, disgusting toenails that he will only clip when they reach the end of his shoe. That's a quote. Fabi, 10 seconds starts now. Go ahead.
Well, I think he should clip his toenails more often than he thinks it is appropriate. I mean, they're trying to cut me, and it's really getting in the way of our intimacy also because, I mean... he needs to get over this phobia to see a therapist if that's what he needs to do. But
10 seconds is up. Go ahead, Ruben. 10 seconds.
I mean, I do cut him, but it's just like I don't cut him as often as she would like me to. But I mean, I do cut him.
All right.
After an inch.
All right. Well, there you go.
An inch is too much.
800-520-1067. We will come back with the verdict in this petty claims court. I think this one is a pretty easy case, but we'll figure it out after Blink on KROQ. Sing for the sound of the chicken with bird flu. Could score you eggs for a year. Our gift to you, even though egg prices have now rapidly declined since we started doing this thing. Allie, I know that there's been a ton of votes. Well over 100 came through pretty instantly. And people hitting us up with all sorts of things, including apparently a new trend, a craze on TikTok called the medical pedicure, where you can look at people that have now gotten past the point of even being able to go to a regular pedicure because their feet are so jammed up. We're talking to Ruben right now, who's been accused by his fiance, Fabi, of letting his toenails grow so long that it is creating injury. Not only is it gross to look at, it's actually tearing up her legs, her bed sheets.
Yeah, 626 said, I have the same problem with my cat, and I have to wrap him in a towel so he doesn't thrash around and cut me. And so I think that Fabi is reaching that point.
818 says, I think I'm voting for Fabi, but first I'd like to hear Ruben howl at the moon. So, Ruben, if you'd like to do that, you may be getting one more vote in your general direction before we announce the verdict. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a phobia at this point because I remember where it all started now. One time I cut my nail and I accidentally pulled my skin and I started bleeding. So I guess from there it's where my phobia started of not cutting my nails.
All right. Thank you for that graphic story. That's gross.
Someone said, I don't think I've ever heard someone plead guilty on petty claims court.
Right. Usually people defend themselves, and he can't really defend himself other than to say he's got a real issue. He doesn't want to do it. He's scared of doing it, which is fine. I mean, I get it.
And somebody was trying to, see Ruben's side and said, the toenails, though, are affecting his sex life and his financial distress by buying so many socks. For that reason, Fabi wins. 408 said, this is disgusting. I literally have 2 broken hands right now. Both of them are in casts, and I asked my wife last night to cut my toenails because they were almost 1/8 of an inch over.
Yeah, and he goes 1 inch. He lets the toenails grow through the shoe. You ever pierce a shoe before with those toenails, or just socks?
Just socks. I haven't gotten to the shoe yet.
All right. Final words, Ruben. Go ahead. All right, good point. We'll write that down.
Ruben, do you agree 626 says that you buy size 12 even though you're size 9 so that you have a lot more room to grow?
He gets those clown shoes. Just let these things grow for months. All right, let's get to it. I don't think we have to waste any more time, Allie. There's 100 votes very quickly. It's so easy to determine who wins this one. And once again, everyone arguing that this was a revenge petty claims court because they've been here previously when he put his fiance on blast for leaving water bottles all over the house. She was just waiting, biding her time, waiting for something to bring him on, and now she found it.
Would it have affected your judgment knowing that the toenail issue existed?
I don't think so.
No?
Unrelated to the water bottle issue.
All right, aside from the one person who said, I'm with Toverine, Fabi, you have won this petty claims court.
All right, Fabi, congratulations. You got yourself the W.
I finally got my redemption.
Your redemption. The punishment will be as follows. You'll either be moving to separate beds, unfortunately, Ruben, which is going to make the sex even less frequent, or you're just going to have to get someone to give you one of them medical pedicures.
Or you're going to have to get some therapy to really dive into why you're so afraid of cutting your toenails.
I mean, I get it. You cut yourself early. It's not going to happen every time. You figure it out, and you'll like that thing. Every once in a while, I go get one of those pedicures. My wife drags me along. I sit there. I go, I understand why women do this all the time. It's
so relaxing.
Very relaxing.
Yeah, I know. And every once in a while, you get an infected toenail, but that doesn't stop us from going back.
All right, Ruben, you lost this one big time, buddy. All right?
Damn.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get him restraints and some toe mittens.
All right, whatever. Toe mittens. They're called socks, but thank you for that. We got to take a break. We're way behind. We'll come back in a second. We got your ADD news to get to, and we're inching closer and closer to hooking you up with eggs for a year. Plus, festival fever continues. You want to go to Cali Vibes Fest? This morning is the day for you. That continues next.
Klein Alley Show.
Klein Alley Show.
KROQ. K-Rock.
Oh, yeah. Can you believe it? June's almost over. Pride Month goes away forever, and then Allie can go back to dating guys. Oh, isn't that a great thing?
It was all a phase.
Let's be honest time. It's our final round of Let's Be Honest, the month of Pride, which means any questions you have for Allie, a real, living, breathing lesbian. We get questions from straight men. A lot of straight men have questions for lesbians. We've studied you our entire lives. You've been in our browsing history since the creation of the internet.
You mean _1 dope Mexican on Instagram who asked me, do you ever crave the D?
Great question. I wonder that all the time. I think maybe once in a while, I've got certain types of food I like, and then every once in a while I'm like, I have a weird craving for Indian food. No, I don't say that.
Every once in a while.
It's time for Let's Be Honest. Hit it.
Let's be honest. Let's put our lesbian to the test. She's the very best. Ooh, ooh. Let's be honest.
630-1067. You call, you text, and you can be a part of Let's Be Honest for the last time. If you don't get your questions answered today, you may have to hold on to those questions for an entire another year. Let's say hi to Uriel.
Hey, sorry guys, I had you on speaker. Good morning, Sweet
That's
Dibs.
all right. Good morning, Sweet Dibs. Question for a real-life lesbian. Go ahead.
Yeah, I forgot the question.
Oh my God!
Got your question.
This is the best.
Well, it confirms it. I will never go back.
Allie, this is why she's into women. Guys like you.
I forgot.
Uriel, it's your big moment to shine now. Let's go.
Yeah, do lesbians celebrate Father's Day?
Great question.
Lesbians celebrate Father's Day.
It is something that we've talked about because Mother's Day is a double whammy for both of us, and I wish that both of us could just sit back and have breakfast made for us, but then no one would make breakfast.
Or clean it up.
Or clean it up, exactly.
Right.
So I pitched to Katie, why don't one of us celebrate Mother's Day and the other person celebrate Father's Day? And she said that I would be the one to celebrate Father's Day, which I agree, I would play that role. But the problem is that everybody else around us will still send me Mother's Day cards. I would have to make some kind of a statement to our family going, hey everybody.
Include her.
Include me in Father's Day. Do not send me a Mother's Day card. And I think even just the greeting cards alone, I would love to make the switch because the Mother's Day cards are so annoying and so like, you deserve to relax with a nice glass of wine. If you age, I wish that I had stupid fishing puns and stuff. I wish I had that goldfish in the hammock as a card for me because I think the Father's Day cards are at least a little more entertaining.
George, you're on with Allie. She's a lesbian and she's answering questions. Honestly, this is Let's Be Honest. What's up?
Allie, boobs or butt?
Another great question.
Boobs or butt?
I think a lot of people would assume that because I'm a lesbian, I would choose the boobs. But
I've looked at you. I've watched you check out women, and you look at the butt. You're a butt girl.
I am a 100% a butt girl.
Yeah.
I will look at a butt. I will look at a good butt regardless, but I think that women's butts are some of the most beautiful things that God ever created.
They are.
And I think that, their boobs are great. There's a lot of functions and stuff like that. I'm not really big on my boobs.
No, none of us are.
Yeah, so it's just not really that much of a point of interest. It's not like a make or break for me in terms of body. If I'm this person has great boobs. Sydney Sweeney, she's got great boobs, I get it, but it wouldn't be a deciding factor for me.
That's
if
right,
she had tiny boobs or weird lopsided boobs or
Right.
giant areolas, but
Right.
still a great butt, just as good to me.
I noticed you didn't say mind in any of this. You could have answered that a lot
That
of different
wasn't the
ways.
question.
Well, you could have.
It wasn't boobs or mine.
No, obviously, but you could have taken a nice moment there to let everyone know that what really counts is the boobs.
But that wouldn't be lesbian and honest.
Omar, what say you? I know you're not a lesbian, but you would obviously weigh in on this as well. Boobs, butt. Which one to you is more significant?
Oh, let's see. For me, boobs all the way. Yeah, I love them.
Sweet knockers.
Hell yeah.
Of course. That's why he
All
likes
about
cooking
it.
with Claudia.
No one has said mind, by the way.
No one said, Omar could have said mind, bro. Let me see if Jake's going to throw mind in there. Jake, boobs or butt?
Okay.
Jake probably does say that. That's right.
That's why he's not getting laid.
Let's say hi to Sue on KROQ. It's Let's Be Honest time. Any question you have, Allie will answer them honestly, no matter how difficult the questions may be. And I don't know if we'll get to... Hey, Sue, hold on one second. I don't know if you saw this one on the text line, Allie, but someone did ask, 951, when scissoring, do you ever get that suction cup effect? Which I think is a valuable question.
It's funny. I also got an Instagram message about scissoring saying if you guys are both freshly shaved, do you get razor burn?
Great. These are all good questions.
Which is true.
These
but
are
the
all-
suction cup effect I have never experienced.
Sue, you're on KROQ. Good morning.
Good morning, Sweet Dibbit.
Sweet Dibbit.
So what is your question for Allie?
Do you like Chapel Roan?
I love Chapel Roan. I actually just discovered her. It was the weekend after Coachella and then I realized that she had played and that I didn't see her. I was so pissed. But she is amazing because she dresses like a drag queen, has this whole drag effect, super fun music. But then she's also queer and she writes songs about having sex with women, which is the best. I think the best of both worlds. But everybody who suggested her to me is straight.
Eddie.
Yes. Yeah.
Eddie, you're on KROQ. Let's Be Honest time. What do you got?
Sweet knockers, guys.
Sweet knockers.
How do you eat your bananas? break it up?
I've seen Allie. This is a great question. And
You can tell between the guy-girl questions.
Yeah, they're very different.
Do you like this cool new artist versus how do you eat a banana?
Allie will throw the banana out and just lick the peel. I've watched her do this many times.
Actually, motorboat the peel.
Yeah, that's her way of eating the banana. Eddie wants to know: do you ever eat full banana, or do you break it into pieces first?
You know how I eat a banana.
You slap it on your face? No. How do you eat a banana?
I slap it on my
Is that a real question? How do you eat a banana?
No, I eat it, break it up into tiny little pieces.
Ivan on KROQ. Let's be honest. What's up?
So, do you find it offensive if somebody says, "Hey, what's up, bro?" or "Hey, what's up, man?" You know?
No, and weirdly, I like it. Johnny comes in every morning and says, "What's up, fellers?"
Yeah, Johnny does give us the
"What's
fellas.
up?" I don't know. I just want to be one of the boys.
We up, guys. He throws that in there a lot, and Allie's just like, all right, nice.
I've never been one of those people who's like, let's get rid of the term guys. You know, how everyone says guys to guys and girls or everybody, and I think it's great.
Andrew, final question we have time for in this edition of Let's Be Honest. Make it a good one.
As a straight male, my question is, who pays for dinner when you guys go out?
This is a great question. This is really the question. And El Cheapo, I don't know if Allie's going to answer this as a lesbian or as El Cheapo.
It's so tough. You know what you do when you can't decide?
Let's talk about like a first date.
Break a glass and sprinkle it on top of your meal, and then no one has
pays,
to pay.
Right? There's shattered glass on the meal. That's an El Cheapo answer, though. But when you were first dating a woman, you were on a first date with a brand new woman. That must be a weird thing, right? The bill comes to the table. The both of you just look at it and go, what is this?
We just slide it back and forth over
just
and
keep
over
sliding
again.
it?
Sliding it.
Until someone's wrist hurts?
I can't remember back then. I think I was so broke back then that I could never pay for anything. So if anyone was willing to pay, I would let them. But now, since I'm the man in the relationship, Klein, and there has to be rolls.
Got to be rolls.
I'm actually the only person who remembers to bring payment. So
Smart.
I'm the one who pays.
All right, let's get into your news now. Then a brand new hour of the show can officially begin. Lots to get into in the next hour, including festival fever sends you to Cali Vibes, potentially your eggs for a year, and so much more. But right now, this.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
Hey, you f***ing idiot. You f***ing moron.
Oh, thank you. I wear that badge proudly. Okay, so the astronauts are back. That would be Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore. They splashed down successfully yesterday. They were in space for 9 months. They got stuck there after a problem with their rocket ship. It was a thruster issue, and then their pickup was delayed and delayed again. Then finally they got picked up, and yesterday afternoon they splashed down. I watched the live coverage, and as always with these space events, the announcers find a way to make something so exciting and so anticipated incredibly boring. I watched way too much of this, but here's just a little bit of it.
You know what's amazing is that announcers at soccer games can take a soccer game that has a final score of 1-0 or 1-1, and they can make it sound like the most exhilarating thing in the entire world. Meanwhile, You have rocket ships that are flying through space at 10,000 miles an hour. They're like catching you see the nose cones pretty much on fire, and they can't even make it sound exciting because they're so bad at announcing.
So this is what they spent a lot of their time on.
Then we'll see procedures take place to remove the footrests.
The amount of time they spent on these footrests. I mean, I was watching all this, and I was like, enough with it.
That will just help the recovery personnel get a little bit more room to access the crew and help get them out of the spacecraft.
We'll probably see those footrests being handed out here in the near future. Of course, we got to get a well-documented photo of the moment. Although we can't see it from here, I'm pretty sure there are 4 smiles on board right now.
And we did hear that report.
She making a vagina joke? Is that a vagina joke?
That would be a very deep cut vagina joke.
I mean, I like what she's doing there. I get it.
They're getting edgy.
They are.
Following splashdown, that there were four smiles as far as he could see.
Yeah, capsule full of grins.
Oh my God, damn! They need Michael Buffer so badly.
I know,
Bruce Buffer. Give him one of the buffers.
They get like the space capsule is there, and you're like, whoa, it's finally here. And the process of getting them out, like you think about when you park somewhere, how quickly you're out of your car and walking around. Just the fact that they're opening it, they're checking on them, they're looking around, they're explaining the footrest thing. I mean, it takes them like an hour just to get them out of the space.
Think of how annoyed you are when you get stranded anywhere. Allie beautifully said.
What is that? Well, it's called like a pod or something.
Space thing.
It's not the shuttle.
What's interesting is that whenever you get stranded in your own life, and it could be somewhere for a little bit, could be you're stuck on the 405, you're so frustrated in that moment of not being able to go.
Yes.
And they experienced that
and they're
for
like,
9
I'm finally
months.
here.
9 months, they finally got to
and
their
I have to sit
destination.
in my seat for an hour while they get me out.
They make more comments about the footrest and my grins.
And there we do see Crew 9, some happy waves, smiles all around back on Earth.
Those footrests are made out of carbon fiber. And
Jesus Christ already.
Sized appropriately for each crew member, as everybody has different measurements and different leg lengths.
Oh my God damn.
There's different sizes of
opportunity blown.
Just
They could have made that more exciting.
But then when I actually saw them, I was like, man, they look terrible.
Oh, really?
I mean, they're so. I mean, they're happy because they're like, smiling and waving and stuff. But they are pale. They look exhausted, and they do have to put them on a stretcher. But they kept insisting. They're like, we do this for everyone. By the way, it's not just because they've been in space for a long time. Anyone who has been in space, we have to put them on a stretcher just because we have to make sure that they're all okay before they start walking around. And I'm like, I think you're trying to cover your ass a little.
It's a real one-up though for everyone who's on Ozempic and Wegovy, because they're gonna be like, whoa, what is your secret? They're like stuck in space for 9 months.
My muscle mass is gone.
Gravity has been completely deteriorating my bones.
All right, boomers, prepare to defend yourselves. According to science, you are the worst tippers. And in general, people are experiencing massive tip fatigue. They're sick of the 20% rule with every single purchase, and we cannot keep up anymore. In general, millennials are the best tippers with an average of 19.5%. Gen Z was just under that. Gen X was a little less than that at 18%. But boomers, they were most likely to tip 20% at a sit-down restaurant, but they're more likely to skip tipping on like pickup orders or coffee or ride share. And old people, they have like weird rules with tipping. Like my father-in-law's friends, they're like, we don't tip on alcohol. We only tip on food.
Right.
Or like, I just doubled the tax and that's my rule. They have their own little rules with tipping and they don't veer away from that.
People don't like doing math. People don't like making decisions, which is why the button has gotten so easy. You just click the button. Everyone just looks for the button that's furthest to the left.
Yeah.
Because then you don't come across like a total a-hole, but you feel like you're paying the least. Although those buttons have shifted now, and sometimes you can pick up a coffee, it's 20%, 25%, 30%.
And 20% is all the way over to the left. Like that's the least you could do.
Right. So you got to go custom. Next thing you know, you're doing math. No one wants that.
And Californians tipped the worst when they did a geographical study, and people from Delaware tipped the best.
Well, they got no taxes.
And it's easy to tip 25% when your dinner bill is like $27.
Yeah, I don't think inflation's hit Delaware.
Yeah, like in California, our food and everything is way more expensive. So people, if you have to tip 20 or 25%, that can be like $100 easy.
We get into a brand new hour of the show right now. Perhaps the greatest hour of your life, and it will be if you score eggs for a year.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning and welcome to KROQ. If you're just waking up or just joining us, you've already missed a lot of drama happening here in the company kitchen. Drama through the petty claims court.
Ongoing drama.
Allie had to get rescued from the side of the road yesterday in Southern California. You can catch up on everything with the podcast goes with the show. Please download, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Klein Alley Show and then search some more. You'll find us eventually. We're also streaming live on YouTube right now for your visual pleasure. You can see what it looks like here in the KROQ studios. Things happen when you least expect it, and you'll be getting some very helpful clues if you're trying to score eggs for a year when you hear the sweet sounds of a bird with bird flu. I'm holding up one of the visual Easter eggs right now. If you want additional information as to when you should be listening to win them eggs, I'm putting a clue right now. It's pretty strong.
Omar, I just want you to know that, yes, my eggs maybe looked like avocados, but Klein's look like tumorous masses.
Well, whatever.
Oh my God.
That's a pretty good clue. For some people that know what I'm talking about, they'll be listening and they have a better chance of winning.
I don't know how everyone looks different. You're really just drawing little circles.
Not great at drawing eggs, but that clue will change someone's life forever.
It looks
How
like
can
the
you
cool.
not draw eggs?
Well, they're not easy.
They're ovals.
They're not easy to draw. Anyway, we got lots to get into. We kick things off with some Weezer, because we haven't done that in a bit. So let's get you some Weezer, and then we'll get into everything we have in store for you this hour on the show, including this interesting viral conversation. If your partner smells, do you tell them or do you keep it to yourself? We put our own partners to the test with hidden audio. We'll share that with you later this morning on KROQ, and it will change our relationships, probably for the worse. That's coming up on KROQ. They rock. We are Klein Alley Show. Lots to get into. Goat Line's there when we're not around. 844-956-GOAT. People call for a variety of reasons. Sometimes compliments, usually critiques, criticisms, and even death threats.
Klein, dude, congrats on getting the cold plunge. Bro, I am calling you right now from my cold plunge. It is currently 33.3 degrees in here.
I will be going up to Big Bear to jump in the lake. Not looking forward to it. Some people, it's a bucket list, and we are raising some money for a good cause. We'd love you to join us if you can make it up on March 29th. I'll be there jumping in the lake. It's my punishment. Allie will be there mocking me from the sideline. You can sign up. You could donate. Raised some money so far. We'd love you to join us. Link is up on our socials, and there's so many ways to get involved and join us. If you just want to hang out, have some fun. Ever said, I wonder what Klein would look like in his underwear jumping in a cold lake. I don't know why you'd have that thought, but you can experience that in real life, and I'll have the frosted tips as well. Frosted tips, frosted
and the Borat
dips.
swimming suit. Don't forget that.
I think Omar already ordered it for you.
Well, thank you,
Instant
Omar.
decision yesterday.
Great. Really appreciate that as well. It's going to be a lot of layers of weirdness.
It's just after 4 in the morning. I do this every morning. Bro, it's all about the training. Come over. We'll train. We'll get you ready.
I'm not going to this weirdo's house to get in his cold plunge with him. What, are you out of your mind?
I would love that to happen.
this
Hey,
guy-
I went to a stranger's house to record a duet for the show.
This guy's got like serial killer
You
voice.
gotta go get in a cold bath with this guy. It's for the show.
His voice is dope.
Why am I going to get in the bath with this strange man on the goat line?
Come over. We'll train. We'll get you ready so you can jump in that lake like a boss. Also, you guys should consider starting the broadcast at 4 in the morning. I think there are other listeners that are up, but I know I would appreciate it. Love you. Bye.
All right, we're not getting up at 4 in the morning to start this dumb show, and we're not getting in your bathtub, sir. But thank you for the tempting offers all over the place.
Yeah.
Which idea of those two is worse, Sally?
I would say both equally.
Equally bad ideas. But I agree. A lot of people are trying to give me tips, things I can do to not, freak out.
We're trying to give you tips, and you're fighting every part of it.
Well, Allie has suggested that she will be the person to bleach my hair because she ran as you remember, one of her side hustles that lasted all of one day was when she decided she was going to go into dyeing people's hair professionally. And then
yes,
she
because
realized
I'm good at dyeing people's roots.
And
I've never done
That's not
tips.
hard. She could totally do that.
she wants to bleach my tips because that's part of the punishment for whatever dumb reason we've decided. I lost the forced resolution.
You should also do one of your eyebrows.
Oh, cool. I think
the other one.
Maybe I could just do the tips of your eyebrows.
Cool.
I'm going to say something about the way this punishment is unfolding. I don't like it. And it's not because Klein's being a pussy. It's not because Klein's not a team player. It's because we had an agreement to what the punishment was. And
We're doing what you do all the time?
Yes.
Just randomly add stuff?
Add things.
It's... I don't like it.
Learn a song a week.
Yeah, it's not fun, is it?
It sucks being on this side of it.
But
It
it's funny
sucks.
because you're very particular. You're like, well, maybe my hair person can do it because I feel like you're gonna
didn't-
touch my scalp.
I
And
didn't
I'm
say
like,
maybe.
what are you
I
talking
said I have
about?
a barber and maybe he could bleach my hair.
Yeah,
Barbers don't do that.
Well, that's what I found out yesterday. I asked. He said I don't do that.
My cousin will come here and we'll do it and we'll do a great job. But Jake said it yesterday and he's absolutely right. It's funniest if I do it.
It's funniest if you do it. But
And you should support what is funniest.
Yeah, you're all about that.
That's true. That's your whole MO.
I'm already going to get my stupid hair bleached. What does it matter if it's funnier? It's going to be funny regardless.
It is funnier. It's funnier because I might screw it up.
It's going to be screwed up. Even if it's done well, it's going to look screwed up.
Right. So why not just do what's funniest? And then guess what? In 3 weeks, your hair grows out and you'll cut it again and everything will be like normal.
I'm a grown-ass man with 2 young children, and I got to walk around with frosted effing tips like I'm Sugar Ray in 2001. That's not funny enough
Your
for you?
kids are probably going to his school anyway.
Yeah,
If the area guy gets away with it, you can too.
Your kids are gonna think you're cool, man.
They're definitely not. It's
It's coming back. Johnny kind of has frosted tips.
No.
Just say Flavortown a lot. You're good.
I'm going to look like
And put donkey sauce on everything.
Well, regardless, I'm not excited about it, but I will do it. I will do it because I lost the bet. It's not. It's like you would think jumping in a goddamn cold lake in your underwear is enough. That's not enough. Omar wants me to put in a Borat bathing suit.
Yes.
A yellow one that matches your tips.
Not enough that I'm bleaching my effing hair.
Yeah, let's add some more stuff.
And now they want to shave an eyebrow. Like where
You
did
should
that
bleach
come
your
out of?
a-hole too, by the way, both of them.
Anal bleaching,
I'm fine
or
with
it
that.
doesn't count.
It's going to be on full display at the lake. Might as well. Anyway, if you want to join us, and I don't see why you wouldn't after
you
this
want to
conversation.
see all that.
You can sign up now. Once again, funds raised support Special Olympics, and I'm I'm sure this is exactly what they had in mind when we agreed to help them do this. And this is going to be a great day for people to cross it off the bucket list. We'll jump in the lake together, or you can just sit there and mock me from the sideline, which Allie's got a lot of people that are supporting her on that mission as well.
Yeah, but it's going towards a good cause. It's a time for us all to come together and to mock another human being that we also know and love.
Thank you for saying that.
You're welcome.
No, we cannot play Sugar Ray now in honor of Klein.
Every morning there. Come on, sing it along.
We're going to take a break. When we get back, though, it's a serious question we have to address. If your partner smells, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, do you tell them? Do you think your relationship is stronger because you tell them that they stink?
Of course.
Interesting theory about this. We'll get into that and some actual audio to prove that you maybe shouldn't tell your partner what you really think. We'll get to that next.
It's KROQ Festival Fever. We're hooking you up with tickets to a different music festival every day this week. I got a fever all day today. Listen at 9, noon, 3, and 6 to win your way into
Cali Vibes, June 7th and 8th at Marina Green Park.
Featuring
I'm on vacation. There's a place that I wanna go.
Dirty Heads, Kid Cudi, Iracious, Slightly Stupid, and Friends.
2 in the morning, police knocking at my door. Why don't you have some dirty hot sex? We met her at a backyard block party by the bar.
Pepper, Swayze, Cypress Hill performing Black Sunday, and more. Courtesy of Golden Voice.
It's KROQ Festival Fever.
Keep listening to win.
KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Coming up in less than an hour. Chance for you to hop on that standby boarding list and go see Justice, not once but twice. Also going to get you to Vegas for When We Were Young, a new date added. But right now, all will be revealed. It's time for your Lie Day Friday.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Why is it lie after lie after lie?
The only thing I know for sure is you're a goddamn liar.
It's a lie.
You're a parasite of lies, and I am your worst enemy.
Lie Day Friday, Lie Day Friday.
Imagine just for a moment you get to strap a coworker or a friend to a lie detector machine, and they will be forced to answer every question you've ever had about your relationship or things they've said, and they will be forced to answer. In our studio right now, a man who's been doing this professionally for close to 40 years. John Grogan, also found on Instagram at Lie Detector Guys, has been our go-to lie detector guy every time we've done a Lie Day Friday. This man knows liars. He doesn't even need his machinery because he can literally see if they're lying, but you use it anyway just so that we have how much accuracy, John?
Almost 100%.
Almost 100%. That's why they call him Mr. Personality. He's got the numbers ready to go. He does not get phased. He's been there as relationships have fallen apart, infidelity, cheating, who's the daddy. You've covered it all, haven't you?
Yes.
And on this show, we've a lot of things got revealed. I mean, we learned about all sorts of different lies that were told here, and people actually have lost their jobs over things that we have uncovered. And you don't feel bad about it, right? Because people are choosing to lie. You're just uncovering the lies.
Truth is truth.
Well said. Well said. This guy's electric.
Thank you, John. And John is celebrating 38 years in the lie detecting business.
That's right. I already said that. Katie.
Yeah.
This is Allie's wife on the phone right now. Are you concerned at all that your wife is getting strapped into the lie detector machine as we go?
I wasn't concerned, and then I kept thinking about it more, and now I have a pit in my stomach.
Okay.
But you have a what in your stomach?
A pit?
Oh.
Allie was all excited for a second. So you had a third one, her favorite. Boobykins. Here's what's going to happen, Katie. In a moment, you will have a chance to ask Allie some questions as well. Your own wife, you get to ask her questions that she'll be forced to answer. So do you know which questions you're going to ask? Because I've got a long list here that have been submitted by listeners.
I have a few that I wrote down.
All right. Hold on. We're going to come back to you in a second. Whenever you want to strap Allie in, John, you can get those. I know you got to put a lot of electrodes on her body and whatnot, but I'm just going to go over some of these questions because this is where things are going to get really interesting on the Lie Day Friday. Place our bets. We'll figure out who on the show Allie wishes was fired. We'll figure out who on the show that potentially Allie would most want to have sex with. And then, of course, the whole reason that we put this Lie Day Friday together was a claim that Allie made that she doesn't fart sometimes.
That I had gone more than 1 or 2 days without doing it, even though they say that the average person does it every... Whoa, oh, wow.
Hold on, he's got the cords going all over Allie's body. Katie, before we ask Allie these questions, do you care to chime in on her claim that she sometimes goes 72 hours, no farts?
I don't know if it's that long, but I heard that conversation, and she's being honest. She rarely has gas.
Thank you, honey.
That's interesting.
That's my wife.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
maybe.
it's only if she's eating something that doesn't agree with her.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. A lot of information. All right, hold on one second.
Thank you, honey.
We'll be back to you. Allie is currently... John, why don't you just explain to the listeners that are not watching this on YouTube? We're on YouTube right now. You can watch Allie strapped into the lie detector machine. She's got cords all over her body. She looks very uncomfortable. It's on KROQ's YouTube right now, so you can watch this unfold in real time. But, John, what did you just put all over Allie's body?
I applied sensors to her chest, stomach, arm, and hand. We're going to read changes to her blood pressure, moisture activity at the fingers, and her breathing.
Well, she's a lesbian, so there's always moisture activity on the fingers.
Very hot.
All right, John, did you get turned on at all doing that to Allie or no?
Every time I come, I realize she's 10 times cuter in person than in pictures.
John, stop.
You're around enough
Thank
liars. You pick it up over the years.
All right.
So
Shut up,
here we go. Whenever you're ready, you have to ask her some baseline questions, and then we get to the real ones, right?
Yes.
Go ahead. Whenever you're ready, John. Allie, you have to answer these yes or no. He's got your...
I don't know why we're doing this. I've not lied about anything.
He's got your heart rate being monitored. He's got your breathing being monitored.
And I'll tell you, it is nerve-wracking just being hooked up to this thing. So
all of a sudden...
you get elevated just sitting in here.
Allie is all strapped in right now. Go ahead, and then we'll have your wife ask a couple of questions at the end. Things she's always wanted to know. John, whenever you need the baseline questions, Allie is strapped in. It's Lie Day Friday on KROQ.
Do you know how to drive a car?
Yes. That's not... You can't do that while we're doing this.
Why?
Klein.
Why can't I make noises?
You can't make noises. You have to just let me do this real.
All right, fine. Ask her the baselines, and when you're ready, when you've got your proper baseline, let me know, and I'll
I feel
go
like
with
that
the
was
real
a
question.
passive-aggressive first question.
Yeah, it was, but that's okay.
Are you on a radio show?
Yes.
All right, it's calibrated.
That's it. Okay. That's pretty scientific right there. Question
Are you
number
on a
one.
funny morning show?
Allie, when you got dressed this morning, did you think you looked good in the outfit that you chose to wear today?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, but I knew that I was going casual Friday
Question.
with it.
Just yes or no? Just yes or no.
Yes.
Question 2.
Oh.
Are you ever sexually attracted to men, even though you claim you're a lesbian?
Yes. I've been sexually attracted to men.
Katie, what do you think about that?
I knew the answer would be yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Especially when two of them are going at it. Right, honey?
Oh, my God. Yeah, honey.
Right, John? Right, John? Yep.
True.
John just said true. Question 3. Who on the show are you the most sexually attracted to?
That's not a yes or no question.
I was hoping I could sneak one in.
No.
You won't answer that?
No, I'm not going to answer that. It's not a yes or no question.
Have you ever
That's
been?
okay?
Yeah, he'll admit it.
What?
He's
He'll
the lie.
admit it?
He's the lie detector guy.
All right, as long as John answers with me. I would say Vanessa, of course.
Okay.
Question 4. Were you happy when your cat died?
No. No, no, no. Shut up, you.
Okay.
Okay.
He made a note. He wrote down something, which makes me think that's a lie.
All right.
Let me ask it again to make sure it's clear. Were you happy at all when your cat died?
No. No, no, no.
It's okay if you were relieved.
Okay. It's okay if I was relieved. All right, what she said.
That's not the question.
All right.
Do you fart every day?
No. Not every day. Most days at some point.
That's very different than what you said, but by the way.
I have gone multiple days.
Do you fart more than you claim you fart?
No.
Okay.
Very sad that John has to hear all this.
Question 7. Do you intentionally bring smelly foods to work just to annoy your coworkers?
Yes.
I knew it. You bitch. You're such a bitch.
I have before.
Question
but I
8.
also have not brought in smelly foods on purpose because I know that you will be upset about
Allie
it.
is currently on the lie detector machine here at KROQ. If you want to watch what's happening, it's happening in real time on YouTube. Go to KROQ's YouTube and you can enjoy all the fun of her sitting there strapped in, answering these questions, squirming. Her wife is on the phone. We'll ask the last 2 questions. Allie, you claim you wear makeup. That's a lie, right?
No.
All right.
These are ridiculous questions. These are just facts.
Question 9. How many sex toys do you have?
In use or out of use?
In total.
Gosh. 2? 2.
Okay.
213 said, "Kid John, please calm his energy down. It's too overwhelming for me."
Yeah, John, take it down a notch, please. People are trying to focus on their jobs. Do you regret the name you gave your son?
No.
Because he was going to be Dom. Everyone loved it. Then you switched it to Wesley.
Are these just things that you want to tell me?
No. These are questions.
You
that
should
people
regret your name. You don't look like you're wearing makeup. These are just insults in the forms of questions.
First of all, the makeup question was from the text line. I didn't even write that one.
Right.
Question 11. Do you think that you're a better mom than Katie?
No.
Okay.
Katie, what do you think of that question?
I think the answer should probably be sometimes. Is that allowed?
No, it's got to be yes or no. But
yeah, it's not sometimes.
I think she's lying.
We're different.
Question 12.
All right.
There's only 2 more. Then Katie gets to go. If you could fire anyone on the show, who would it be?
That's not a yes or no.
Thank you, honey. Veto.
John, will you accept it?
If it's a single word, it's fine.
What? Beer mug.
He's already gone. That's from the last lie detector where we found that he made up his
myself.
All right. I'll accept that. Final question we have for you then. Your wife gets 2. We joke about you being gross on the show, but are you gross? Do you think you're gross?
Klein, these are not questions.
These are questions
that you want the answer to. These are just you wanting me to look bad.
These are questions that came through from many listeners.
Do I think I'm gross? Is that the question?
Yes.
Well, yes, obviously I do, because you've all made me.
We are on YouTube as we speak, streaming on KROQ's YouTube. Go ahead, follow, subscribe. Help us get to that 100K. Greatly appreciate that. You'll also get some additional clues if you're waiting for eggs for a year. That'll be happening soon, I believe, but you'll be listening for the sweet sounds of one of us, I guess, according to Omar at least, sounding like a chicken with bird flu. Call us up. Be caller 12. Get a does, cuz. And on Friday, we'll be giving away eggs for an entire year. It's a great prize, and we cannot thank you enough. Albertsons, Vons, Pavilions for hooking us up. Eggs for a year. The most valuable prize we've ever given out. If you smell or if your partner smells, do you feel that it is your duty to tell them they smell, or do you think that that will erode away at the very foundation of your relationship? It's a question that has been posed, and it has led to quite a few comments and opinions. And
well, this Reddit thread is kind of going viral because this guy said he came home from work and his wife hugged him, and while he hugged her, he noticed that she smelled pretty bad. And he was like, I know she's been home with the baby all day. She was doing stuff. Later in the evening, I offered to make her a bath. And she was like, why? Do I smell? And he was like, kind of, yeah. And then she got mad, and now they're in a fight. And so it was a who's the a-hole in this situation kind of thing.
And don't you think it's your duty, I guess, if you're with someone and there's something about them that smells, if it's just the two of you hanging out on the couch, maybe you don't need to say anything if it's not like a totally repulsive smell. But if it's you're about to go somewhere or you're out,
I think it's easier to say someone has BO, like, hey, did you forget to put deodorant on? You kind of smell gamey. That's an easier conversation to have than someone's breath smells. I think saying your breath smells is more offensive, and I think the person who hears that goes, "Oh wow, I'm a disgusting person, and I'm the person with bad breath, and I've been talking at you for this long with stank breath."
Allie and I both asked with hidden microphones our wives if we smell and if they tell us when we smell, and the results were rather interesting. This was first me having a conversation with my wife about it, and think about it. I'd love to get your thoughts on this as well. 800-520-1067. Do you appreciate being told? See, I think a lot of people say that they appreciate being told. No one wants to smell if they don't know they smell. Sometimes I just went to the gym. I just worked out. I stink. Every once in a while you realize, oh man, I forgot to put on deodorant today. You catch a whiff of your own pits. That's the worst, when you think there's a smell, and you're like, man, something smells, and
then you
realize
it's you.
It's you. That's always dangerous. But you know that usually when someone tips you off to it, it's almost like a sad surprise party that you didn't know you were walking into.
Yeah.
So
but I would want anybody to tell me I smell, regardless of whether or not I know them.
This was a weird conversation I had with my wife last night in bed.
It's a viral article about couples and if you should tell your partner if they smell when they smell.
And?
Do I smell?
I tell you when you smell.
Yeah, you do tell me when I smell.
You don't tell me.
So she's...
Is she drugged up?
Is this your pillow? Is this the Ambien kicking in?
Well, I was waiting for I was waiting.
Now's the time I'm going to ask you about this thing for the show tomorrow.
Waiting until we were in bed because it was quiet and it was a calm place. And even though we'd already said goodnight, I decided this was the time to throw her with the smell
Sounds
conversation.
like she's powering down.
She is definitely winding down for the night.
I don't think you smell bad. How often do I smell?
Anytime I tell you.
Yeah.
Is it like some sort of weird trick question?
Is this some sort of weird trick question? Like, she's already on to me. She thinks something's going on.
Does she tell you that a lot?
No, that's what I...
My wife never tells me that I stink. I mean, because I shower whenever I need to. Like,
whenever... Listen, there are times when, especially if I wear a hat all day. Like right now I'm wearing a hat. When I take this hat off, I wear a hat all day and I don't shower, let's just say. Like I shower in the morning, so I wear a hat all day. Sometimes she will lay next to me and she says, she can just say, smells like you wore a hat today. Like, it's not a good...
disgusting.
I know, it's gross. And she's right.
So you wear a hat most days?
Not most days.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, you do. I would say 90%.
No wonder she doesn't want to have sex with you.
But some days I shower. A lot of days I shower afterwards. I will go home, shower, sometimes.
After hat?
Sometimes I shower after hat.
Do you put hat back on?
Right.
No. At home I don't wear a hat ever. At home I rarely wear hats.
That's not a weird trick question. I'm just wondering how often do I smell?
I just told you. What?
Like, what percentage of the time? 50?
I have no idea, Kevin.
Do you think I'm a smelly person?
No.
What's the worst smell, when I wear a hat?
No, your feet.
That was.
What are you guys doing? She's smelling your feet all the time.
I think you can smell them from, like, if you're sitting on the couch with someone with smelly feet, you can smell it from afar.
Yeah, you're right.
Those are on the mornings I forget to wear socks in here.
Which is most mornings.
No,
Again,
I'm wearing them.
most days you're all hat, no socks.
My feet?
Are you recording me or something?
Yes.
Usually I wouldn't tell her. See, that's progress in the relationship. She does not like it when I record.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Usually she gets mad about the fact.
I love that this is turning into a fight.
I had to stop
It's just
it.
the stupidest.
I just wanted to know if I smell and if she tells me and she claims.
Was this a trick question?
But
What are we asking you?
She tells me that I never tell her when she smells, but I'm saying, and I say this.
You don't smell.
She does not. There's no smell.
Even if she just worked out or something?
No, it's actually pleasant.
Yeah.
Like I've gone up to her thinking she'll smell, and I'll go right up to her and go, give me some stank.
Same.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, Katie said that I don't smell either, and even after a workout, I smell hot.
That's not what she said.
Yes,
In fact, I have the audio right here. This was Allie asking her wife.
But you don't smell.
No, but I don't want sweaty pits.
Do you think I smell?
No.
Am I a smelly person?
No.
What about even after I work out?
No, I like how you smell.
See?
Whoa.
But then hold on. She does confront you about something.
Do I have bad breath ever?
Occasionally. You did like a week ago.
You had bad breath a week ago.
I remember.
And she didn't tell you about it.
That's pretty good.
Is she tap dancing? What is going on here?
I don't know. There's
She's doing
kitchen stuff happening.
It's such a stereotype. A couple of women just in the kitchen.
Just in the kitchen, take the time that I smell.
Yeah.
Nice.
So she says you do smell or don't smell? She likes your smell.
She likes my smell.
Right,
Even if I do smell, she likes the way I smell. After a hike,
Right.
she thinks I smell good.
And that is like, you go back to the most...
Carnal.
Natural musk.
Ugh.
Oh, Jake.
At night?
I'm so tired. I don't know what day or time it is right now.
I do not know what day it is.
Whoa, is that vibrator time?
What is that, Allie?
What the hell's happening?
What is going
Don't
on?
you judge our evenings.
What the hell is... What is going on there? I got to hear that again. You ask her if she...
What are you guys prepping for? Whoa.
Katie's tapping has gotten amazing.
She loves tapping and cocaine. Ta-da!
Miss you too, babe.
All right, well, that sounded like it ended not great.
No, it ended good.
So
she told me that she likes it when I smell. If I do smell, she likes my smell. And I think that that's hot. Like,
Scott.
the fact that she thinks my stinkiness is a hot thing and she wants to smell me.
Scott, what's up?
Did you say Scott or John?
I don't know. What's your name?
It's John.
All right, we'll go with that.
Oh, my
What's up,
God.
John? How are you?
All right. Good morning, Sweet David.
Sweet David,
Hey,
what's up?
I think It varies because my wife will tell me whenever I smell, but I can't tell her when she smells because her feelings get hurt. And it varies, right? Because it could be her breath. It could be she smells like butt, and that'll totally crush her. And then it very well could be armpits, and she forgot deodorant. I have no idea.
And sometimes that's a helpful thing. I mean, if you say, like, hey, your pits stink a little bit, she goes, oh, my God, I almost left the house without deodorant. But if you say you smell like butt, as you just pointed out.
That is like, I don't wipe properly kind of insult.
Yeah. But maybe she stepped in dog crap, and she didn't realize it, and this guy tipped her off, became a hero of some sort. Go ahead. You're on KROQ. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What can we do for you?
So I teach this as a scenario in peace building and conflict resolution, and I use you have to tell somebody that you work with that they have strong body odor, and I've done it in 36 different countries.
You've gone to 36 different countries to tell people they have body odor?
To teach people how to tell people they have body odor. Yep.
Oh, okay. How do you do that the appropriate way? Because we got a guy we work with here. I'm not going to say his name, but it rhymes with Jake, and he has body odor.
So I use 6 C's. First, you have to be comfortable. You have to be comfortable actually saying a hard thing. And generally, people are not comfortable saying hard things. So you say, hey, when I passed by you, I noticed you had strong body odor, and I just wanted to let you know. And if I had spinach in my teeth, I would want someone to tell me. So I'm letting you know.
Wow.
I don't think spinach in the teeth equals body odor.
Well, she's just giving another example and saying, I would want you to tell me, so I'm telling you.
What if you said to the person, hey, do I have body odor? Let them sniff you first, hoping that then they would follow that up with, no, you smell good, but do I? And then you go, absolutely you do.
So you don't want to take a difficult conversation and introduce elements that you can't control for. One of the ways that you make a difficult conversation work is that you kind of narrow the scope. And the reason you say spinach in my teeth is because you want to calibrate it appropriately. People are wondering, how big is this problem? You undercalibrate it because when they hear it, it's magnified.
Okay, so the first C is compassion or something like that.
Getting comfortable, being comfortable saying a hard thing.
Comfortable is the first C. The second C is calibrate. What is the third C?
No, the second C is compassionate. Be compassionate about it. To tell them something hard, it may be difficult. So, come from a place of goodness. You want to properly calibrate it. You want to make sure that it's smaller than it actually is because they'll hear it bigger than you intend. You want to be clear. So you don't want to be vague about what the problem is because people don't understand it if you're not clear about it. You don't know why it's happening, so you want to be curious why it's happening, and then you want to close it out. You want to know somebody might want to know what they can do about it or how they stand in your relationship as a result of what's going on.
And the final C is you accuse them of being a C word for approaching you about your BO.
Yourself out, you smell.
Also, that's 7. If it doesn't go well, you can always fall back on 7.
So remember the 6 C's if you come across someone who smells.
Absolutely.
And can you agree that antiperspirant doesn't work?
Prescription strength antiperspirant actually does work really well. But if they have a deeper problem, it may not solve it entirely. So they might have to wash their clothes more frequently.
Hear that,
Jake? They might have an underlying issue.
Deeper problem.
But it is a problem that you can address, and you can address it very simply. And people will go to great lengths not to say something they know to be true because they're too uncomfortable to say it. Yeah. And that doesn't do us a service.
Thank you for calling, Bree. Thank you, Bree.
You're welcome. Good luck.
I look at that Brie, the expert on smelly things, is named after one of the best-smelling cheeses.
Oh, my God.
Literally was named after the cheese, too.
You feel disgusting.
Great. That is correct.
Great.
All right. Katie, you get 2 questions now, and then we will play a song and get the results from the lie detector test. What are your what questions do you have? This is it. Allie, take a deep breath.
Is this over?
No, your wife is going to ask you 2 questions that will potentially change your relationship forever. Go ahead, Katie.
I mean, honey, calm down. These are low risk because I don't want to know the truth about so many things. Okay, this is relevant to recently. Do you actually think you do more around the house than I do?
Oh, my God. I swear to God, this is just...
One-word answers, Allie. You heard the question.
Yes.
Okay. And do you want to have sex with one or more of our friends?
Wow, great question. Okay. It's so good.
One or more? No.
What about the yoga teacher?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. All right. We'll come back with the results. Katie, thank you. Hang around. When we get back, we'll find out what Allie lied about. John, before we get to it, were there any lies that you were able to determine in those answers?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thanks, John.
Okay, great. We'll come back and find out what she told the truth about, what she lied about. Multiple lies?
Oh, man.
John, multiple lies or just a few?
Multiple.
Okay, great. That'll be next on KROQ. Show. Fitting song out of that conversation, and overwhelmingly on the text line, people say they do want to know when they smell, but there is a compassionate way to deliver the news, and also people pointing out that it depends on what smells. Certain smells are more acceptable to accept than others.
Absolutely.
You went to the gym, you should have BO. That makes sense. But if someone tells you you smell like ass and you can't come up with a reason as to why, that's tough to stomach.
Yeah,
for
when
sure.
you smell like literal garbage, I don't know if there's an excuse for that.
Let me say hi to, this would be caller 12 right now. I'm just trying to figure out why she's calling from Pomona. Let me say hi to Vanessa. Vanessa, why are you calling?
Hi, I'm calling for some huevos.
Huevos. She heard the sound of what we believe a chicken with bird flu sounds like, according to Omar, and the sound today he played, I think it was from me. I don't know what this was. Omar, what was the sound you went on with today? I heard it during the song.
It was this one.
That could be a chicken with bird flu, and guess what?
I'm going to be eggless.
Eggs for a year!
You just won a dozen eggs will be yours, and now you are a step closer on Friday. We'll have some people coming on to hang out with us in the studio for the egg extravaganza. Someone will leave here with the greatest, most valuable prize in the history of radio. Eggs for a year, courtesy Albertsons, Bonds, and Pavilions, and congratulations. Vanessa, you got a dozen eggs, which who knows how much that's worth these days. Could be $1,000.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a little less than $1,000 right now, but the price varies. And the important thing is that
Probably
you will
like
have
$1 million.
Could be $1 million.
Yeah,
You're right.
could be. You'll have to compete against your peers for the ultimate prize. It's going to be Survivor style.
So get ready to come in here on Friday and battle it out. Eggs for a year. What are you going to do with the does you just won?
We're going to eat them.
Hell yeah. That's fine.
Okay, volleyball.
All right. Those are eggs, not Vanessa, but okay. Not volleyballs. Thank you. Hold on 1 second. That's Pomona representing. If you'd like your shot, you just got to keep listening every day this week. Going to be giving away a dozen every day. And then on Friday, someone's going to leave with eggs for an entire year. Quick break. Back in a moment. ADD News, that's coming up next. And then the moment you've really been waiting for, Festival Fever. Cali Vibes. Those tickets in 15 minutes right here at KROQ.
Take a break from all that internet porn you've been watching.
Yes, we know. And watch something that is guaranteed to not turn you on. Klein Alley Show. KROQ. If you were ever turned on by watching Klein Alley Show on YouTube, you're eligible for compensation and perhaps even new eyeballs.
Klein Alley Show on a Friday morning. 818 says it best on the text line. Why do you guys do this to each other?
You sit on a throne of lies.
Why is it lie after lie after lie?
The only thing I know for sure is you're a goddamn liar.
It's a lie.
You're a parasite of lies, and I am your worst enemy.
Lie day Friday, lie day Friday.
Lie Day Friday time. Allie just got unhooked from the lie detector machine in our studio right now. This man has been doing this for close to 4 decades. John Grogan, the lie detector guy. You've seen him on quite a few TV shows, podcasts, TikToks. He is the man to go to. If you need him, certifiedpolygraph.com. He'll come and he's made over 1,000 TV appearances, 13,000 people tested. This man knows everything there is to know about liars. He just got Allie off the hot seat, and it's time for him to read us the results of the lie detector machine, which he claims is close to 100% accurate. So, Allie, no lying now saying that it was a malfunction. He can tell if the machine's malfunctioning. It did not malfunction.
John, is there ever a false result simply because of the way the questions were asked, if they're too leading or if they're insinuating anything?
No, if you lie, I'm going to catch it.
Okay.
All right, great. Okay. All right, let's get to it. And if you want to get, I don't know if your wife is no longer on the phone. I don't know. She's listening to the results, but I'd love to hear her in real time.
She said she had to get ready for work.
She's got to go. Right. All right, whenever you're ready, John, let's go through these questions now.
Okay.
You want to guess how many lies, Omar? You want to do a side bet with me? How many lies Allie told on the lie detector? I'm going to say 5.
5. What's the total of questions?
13 plus the 2 from the wife.
Plus the wife. Yeah. I'm going to go over.
Over 5 lies. Wow.
Yeah, over.
Allie, do you think you lied at all?
No, obviously.
Okay. Right. Go ahead, John, whenever you're ready.
When we asked her, do you like the outfit you wore today? She said yes. That was a lie.
Okay.
Yeah,
right out of the
big time lie.
Thank you so much. I always like it and then second guess it later. All right, question 2.
We got 1 lie down already out of the gate.
The outfit's fine. It's sweats and a T-shirt.
All right. Well, you lied about it.
Right,
so go ahead. Question whenever you're ready, John.
When we asked her, are you ever sexually attracted to men? She said yes, and that was true.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're not even a good lesbian.
That does... Okay, next.
When she said that on the show she's most sexually attracted to Vanessa, that was true.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Okay, volleyball.
Okay, volleyball
Vanessa.
to you.
Hey, look at that. Love connection, huh?
It's the only other woman on
Vanessa,
the show.
how do you feel about that?
I don't feel anything. Thanks, Sally.
All right. That's the effect I have on women.
I don't feel anything. So painfully
I feel dead inside over you.
Vanessa, that is true, by the way. All right, moving on. It's Allie getting the results. We're live on YouTube right now. You can watch her as she's squirming. Go to KROQ's YouTube right now and enjoy the action in real time. Go ahead.
When she was asked, were you happy when your cat died? She said no. It was a lie.
Okay, that's not...
Wow.
Katie said
Unbelievable.
herself there can be a sense of relief a little bit because they're out of pain. Okay? I'm not happy my cat's dead.
Well, according to the test, you are happy. Thrilled. Would you do some party poppers?
Not
Pop,
true.
pop, pop.
I want a redo.
You can't do a redo. That's messed up, Allie.
It was a leading question. All right.
She's a cat killer. Whatever you're ready, John.
Okay.
When she was asked, do you fart every day? She said no, and that was true.
Okay, thank you.
Well, really? Hold on. You sure about that, John? She said she said she does not fart every day, and that came up as a true statement.
When she said no, yes.
Wow, unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome, by the way.
You know what? That's the whole reason John's even here. I mean, we had to bury the fart question among a bunch of other ones, but that's exciting, Allie, to say that you don't fart every day and to be
And I don't.
to be held accountable on a lie detector test.
Haven't
That's
yet today.
Incredible. All right.
All right, well, that's awkward. Next.
When she was asked, do you fart more than you claim? She said no, and that was a lie.
Oh, I knew it. See, I knew there is some fault. There is some... you're being dishonest about it a little bit.
My wife said herself, if there's something weird that I eat, I get gassy.
Okay. John, move on. We only have a few questions left.
When she was asked, do you intentionally bring smelly foods to annoy your coworkers? She said yes, and that was true.
Thank you.
That's a terrible thing. Maybe the worst thing we learned about you today.
I brought broccoli souffle today.
Yeah, I know. What, you go just a smelly
It's
aisle of the
actually
store?
broccoli mash over baked cauliflower.
John, what would you do if you worked with someone like Allie that brought in stinky lunch every day?
I'd allow it.
Okay, fair enough. Moving on, only a few questions left. Lie Day Friday. Here we go.
When she was asked, you claim you wear makeup. This is a lie, right? She said yes, and that was true.
How are we not criticizing these questions?
That's a great question.
That was a lie, right?
Well, listen, we're just proving the fact you do wear makeup, so now we have proof.
Okay.
Go ahead.
When she was asked, how many sex toys do you have? She said 2, and that was a lie.
Okay.
Allie,
There are some not in use that I can't remember.
Oh, my God.
I have a little like old makeup case that's in our closet.
How
It's
many
got
are
stuff
in there?
I don't know. I think 2, but I guess maybe there's more.
According to this guy, there's a lot more than 2.
Not a lot more. Maybe there's one I forgot
All
about.
right, final questions.
When she was asked, do you regret your son's name? She said no, and that was true.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow, you still like your son's name.
Of course I like my son's name.
Fair enough. We will accept it. Final questions.
Do you regret your kids' names? Because I feel like you do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Every day. Go ahead, John.
When she was asked, do you think you are a better mom than Katie? She said no, and that was a lie.
Okay. well,
that
she's
was-
gone now, so who cares?
That was so obviously a lie. You were like nodding your head in the other direction. So you think you're the better parent?
It
That's
depends on what we're doing. She's more of the
fine.
cuddly,
All right,
let's watch
doesn't matter.
TV parent.
We know the truth. You think you're better. And final question.
When she was asked who she would fire on this show, she said herself, and that was a lie.
Okay.
Well, Allie, why don't you tell us the truth then?
No, I don't need to. Matt, next question.
Next question, John.
When she was asked, are you gross? She said yes, and she believes that to be true.
Oh, my God. That is such a result. That is really terrible.
Are you gross?
All right, then we have the 2 questions that your wife asked. He's got the results. These are maybe the most important questions, and then we got to take a break. Go ahead.
When she was asked if she thought she did more work around home, she said yes, and that was true.
Mm-hmm.
So you do think you do more work around your house?
I do.
Allie is a lion, farting, cat-killing bitch, according to the text line. Go ahead, John.
When she was asked if there any of their friends she would like to have sex with, she said no, and that was a lie.
Okay, another lie, of course.
All right.
Who is it, Mesa?
No, it's Masa.
Is that who you want to have sex with?
Well, yeah, obviously.
Okay, good. Got that. Got through that. And then final question she asked about yoga, I believe.
If she wanted to have sex with the yoga teacher, she said yes, and that was true.
There you go.
Okay, great. Well, wonderful.
I'm an open book, Klein.
John, thank
I'm an
you.
open
That's a
farting
lot of
book.
lies. Omar, you're right. Over 5 lies from Allie right there.
Yep.
But now we've gotten to the end of that. We're going to send John to the back office now where he's going to strap Johnny in, and we'll figure that all out on YouTube right now if Johnny lied about the Starbucks card. We got to take a quick break. John, thank you once again. John Grogan, he's the best. Lie detector guys. We'll put up all the information on our socials. Use this man. He will ruin your day or make it way better.
Katie just texted me and said, can you call me off the air? Great.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Great.
We'll
Thanks
do that.
a lot, everyone.
We'll
This
do
was
that.
fun.
Thanks, everyone. Lie Day Friday officially comes to an end now. So you wanted side effects include today seeing Cali Vibes with Stick Figure, Kid Cudi, Dirty Head, Slightly Stupid, Friends, Ludacris, Iration, the list goes on and on. I think some of the Marleys are there as well. It'll be a great hang. Cypress Hill, wow, you got a whole hookup. And we'll make that happen for you starting at 9 a.m. this morning, again at noon, 3 and 6. So be ready to call and win yourself in on KROQ's Festival Fever as we're officially entering festival time of the year. We'll get to that. But first, your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
All right, March Madness officially starts tomorrow, and as I said earlier, it will result in a loss of about $20 billion in productivity from people missing work to check their brackets. And this year, the NCAA has a PSA for you. If and when your bracket falls apart, and it probably will, don't be a dick and don't be a sore loser.
There's losing, and then there's being a loser. Game time comes with enough pressure. Way too often, people are betting on sports, losing, and taking it out on the athletes. Only a loser would harass college athletes after losing a bet. But it happens almost every day. Root for your team. Get crazy when the buzzer sounds. But don't harass anyone because you lost a bet. It's time we draw the line and put an end to the abuse. Brought to you by the NCAA.
Oh my gosh, you loser!
I know, so they are being roasted for this, especially because the NCAA has been accused of abusing their players and
For years.
basically selling them out for money and stuff. So they're like, whoever is doing that isn't going to see this commercial and be like, I should change.
Yeah. By the way, if you don't want to be abused by us, make your free throws when they matter. Okay? I mean, let's not miss easy shots. Let's not brick layups when the spread is 1.5.
Here we go. This is where the productivity of Klein goes. He's already leaving early today, by the way.
It's not for the games, guys.
Did you know that?
I'm not leaving early today. After
I
the
see
show,
here in big red letters, Klein leaves early.
I told Vanessa I just have to leave after the show ends today instead of sitting around for 2 hours. And Vanessa made a big production about it and kept announcing to everyone, Klein's leaving early, everyone. Big announcement.
Just a note so we remember.
But I'm not leaving early. I'm leaving
You are.
after the show ends.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
never
you're leaving
leave
early.
Yeah, you don't leave after the
You
show
always
ends.
stick around till like noon, 12:30.
That's why I gave you guys the tip off. Gave you a ton of notice. I got
Because of the,
It's not earlier than normal.
it is earlier than normal. We just stated that.
Earlier than normal, but I'm
This
not
is your
leaving.
heads in the games, huh?
Keep it up, and we're going to bleach more of your body.
All right, relax. Players, stop screwing up our bets.
Well, point being, people get heated this time of year, and I'll share another clip with you. This is a hot mic moment from Mike Francesca.
Francesa.
For whatever. Francesa, he was caught on camera yelling at his staff over an error that they made during the live show about the Big East Championship, and he yells at them. Then he realizes he's still live. Take a listen to this.
Who was talking to me? Well, what were you guys talking about? Because I heard it in my headset. I thought you were talking to me. One of you guys just said that St. John's has won the Big East tournament. They have not won the title yet. You win the title tomorrow night. It does not go with the regular season. You're wrong about that. The title goes to who wins tomorrow, because otherwise, why the hell have a tournament? That's how it works. So whoever said that doesn't know what they're talking about. Now let's go back and start this over again. And I don't want to hear you guys in my headset, okay? So whoever's bleeding through, knock it off. What? No, we'll start over again. We broke off the air, didn't we? We're live? This was all on the air, just yelled at you guys? You got to be kidding me. All right. I apologize for that outburst, okay, folks? All right. I didn't realize we were live.
What is he talking about?
That's the calmest.
Yes.
He kind of
He's
kept us
just
together.
breaking it down the way it should be broken down.
He's not wrong.
If his staff's being a dumbass, then call him out on being dumbass.
And they're in his ear, I think, correcting him over something that's not accurate. So he's like, don't go into my headset and I can hear you guys talking. You're not talking about anything accurate.
Vanessa, do you hear how frustrated he gets when people are in his ear yelling at him while he's trying to talk?
Okay, come on. I barely do that.
Today we were going into petty claims court. I don't know what she said. We were like literally on the air. I start talking, and all of a sudden I hear her like, and I go, what? Sometimes she hits the wrong button. What were you saying going into petty claims court today? You were saying.
I honestly don't remember, but I'm sure I said nothing.
It was this.
Sarakushmushi.
That's what she says.
Sakaramushi.
Now knock it off.
Yeah, the whole time I'm talking during the show, that's what Vanessa's saying in my ear. Sarah Kuchmuchi.
Yeah, but what's good is that he knew.
Okay, that's my mistake. I didn't realize that. Now, so this is going to go viral now because I yelled at you guys.
He's smart.
He gets it.
I mean, it was actually a nice recovery on his part.
Good for him.
You know, and he wasn't, it's funny because the headlines are like, he was berating his staff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he really wasn't. He was just
Nope.
saying you're wrong. And you're wrong about something very basic that if you're going to be supporting a sports podcaster, you should probably know this stuff.
Right.
All right. So the world is sinking due to climate change. We know this, but this will affect you differently depending on where you live. You're a lot less concerned about it. For example, if you live in Nebraska, but if you're in Hawaii, sinking feels a lot more real. And now we know that the Hawaiian Islands are sinking faster than originally expected. Apparently, they did some math. The scientists did their science stuff, and they figured out that Hawaii is sinking 40 times faster than they thought.
40 times?
That's so many times.
Hold on, Vanessa's in my ear saying that's not right. 4,000 times. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you.
40,000 times. Yeah, they say as islands like Oahu very slowly drift from the magmatic hotspot, the island's weight is slowly causing it to sink into the ocean at around 0.6 millimeters per year. And I guess it's a lot, but some of it can be as high as 25 millimeters per year, which is 40 times faster than they expected.
Well, those Hawaiians got to lose some weight because I've been over there before, and they love the giant pig roast, and everyone's gathering around, the platters, eating giant plates of meat and poi and all that stuff. That stuff, if the island's sinking, you got to work together and lose some weight.
Wow, that's like you can't fat shame Hawaiians. They're like the happiest people in the world.
You're right, fat and happy, but look what's happening to the island now. It's sinking.
I think it's still worth it, don't you?
And also the tourists that go there. We're part of the problem as well. That's why they hate us mainlanders. We
it's
go
funny
over
that
there.
You think the lightest states will last longer.
I agree. Yeah, it's a good point. I think that's true.
All right. If you make Amazon returns at Kohl's, which I have never done, apparently you can't do that anymore. I know when you return something on Amazon, they give you many, many options. A UPS store, you can go to a drop-off location, and you can go to a Kohl's. I think sometimes you can do a Whole Foods, too. Can you not?
I think there's a locker system.
There's a locker
there.
one. There's a bunch of options, but now they said Kohl's is testing out removing Amazon returns at some of their stores, and they said this is a test to help evolve the store experience because I think employees are now wasting time boxing and shipping Amazon returns, and they're like, we can use those employees to do other things.
My favorite way to return Amazon packages is to put them in my garage and then forget that I was supposed to return them. And then get mad when I go, God damn, I still have this thing.
I love it when you can walk into a UPS with just an item and then they're like, don't worry, we'll take care of it for you. I'm like, yes.
Just give them a shirt that you clearly just wore. They're like, we'll box it up.
I'm like,
hey,
yeah.
Call it 20. You want some festival fever? We'll make you that happen for you now. 800-520-1067. Let's go.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
$1.20, going to grab you in a moment. Give you the good news. You're a part of KROQ's Festival Fever, the one fever you want to catch this time of year. Every day new festivals. Today, Cali Vibes, we get you in at 800-520-1067 with us this morning at 9, and then again at noon with Nicole, 3 and 6. Get into all the festivals happening in and around Southern California, although we kicked off this week by sending you to Vegas, so you never know which festival you'll get into. We'll have a new one for you tomorrow as well, and we'll keep giving these tickets away until we give every single one of you something. That's what it's all about. Before we get into the winner for this, Allie, I just want to let you know, you've oftentimes said that you feel the GOAT line is unfairly cruel to you, as they will mock or make fun, and there is a message of a person that believes that you are straight up sexy. A bona fide sex pot, I believe, is his quote. And listen to this.
Hey, this message is for Ellie. I want to actually pay her a compliment.
Already weird when someone says, I want to pay you a compliment.
I don't
Already,
believe it.
you start
I'm
questioning.
not sure if anybody else has noticed this or any callers. I doubt I notices this, but I think Ellie is.
By the way, it's very funny that the insults to Allie come through on crystal clear phone lines. But when some guy calls with a compliment, you can hardly hear one thing he's saying. Oh, but it's not a compliment.
It's my curse.
Something about her is very sexy. And let me explain. It's not.
Let me explain.
These are your people,
This
baby.
is this guy's last day on Earth.
Her giraffe length neck.
It's not your giraffe length neck, he says, but there is something about you that is sexy.
Or her cankles, her poo fingers.
Not your cankles or your poo fingers, but.
Or her stench, her BO.
Or your stench.
The only shower twice a week.
What? I don't.
Her laugh. I think her laugh is extremely sexy. Every time I hear her laugh hysterically, I bone up.
This guy bones up when you laugh.
You know, it's funny because so many people think that my laugh is extremely annoying.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
But this guy thinks that you...
I think I'm one of them.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. We've tried to get that cut out of you.
I bone up. I know she's a lesbian, and she's not attractive, but...
What?
She is hot when I hear her laugh, and I just turn me on. I don't know if any listeners ever would agree with me, but, man, when she laughs hysterically, yum, yum. That's when you're a 10, girl.
Yum, yum.
This guy says that's when you were 10, girl.
Damn. Well, you know, Jimmy Fallon made a career out of laughing at other people.
That's right.
Had no talent himself, but he loved to laugh at other people that were funny.
Let's
so
say
maybe
hi.
that's my lane.
Say hi to caller 20, which is good news if your name is Ashley and you are on line 6 now at KROQ. Hello, Ashley.
Hi. Sweet dibs.
Sweet dibs. Caller 20 is you, which means Festival Fever has officially hit you. Congratulations.
Oh, heck yeah. Thank you, guys. Super stoked.
Enjoy some Cali Vibes. That'll be a good time. A lot of great musicians and bands will be there. You will be there as well. Hang tight. You'll have another chance to win on KROQ starting again at noon with Nicole Alvarez. Foo Fighters. KROQ, Klein Alley Show. In moments, we'll get into today's Battle of Bracket. The March Badness continues as we try to figure out once and for all, what is the worst bathroom that you will ever encounter? There's a lot of theories about this, and for a while it was gas station bathroom, there when you need it, but always in terrible shape. But many
KROQ
people,
bathroom's free with that.
KROQ bathroom, I would say, is a Final Four contender easily.
Yep.
It is consistently in disarray,
guys,
disrepair.
There's always water, missing tiles on the floor.
There's 4 toilets in total, 2 urinals and 2 crappers. And at any given time, usually only one of those 4 is operational. That's the other problem. But it is truly, absolutely just disgusting.
Well, and you said there's that one guy that pulls his pants all the way down to his ankles to pee.
Yeah. That's a weird move as well. Power move. We'll get to that coming up in a moment. If you'd like to
Uncle
nominate.
Scott, that guy.
He's been here a long time. He's grandfathered into it. If you'd like to join us for March Badness, as we try to figure out what is the worst bathroom that you will encounter or have encountered, you can get on the phones, text line. We'll get to that in a moment. But right now, we're dealing with this drama in the kitchen here at KROQ. It started with a note that was left, not even passive-aggressive, straight-up aggressive. Hey there, is this your stuff? It's been sitting here for a bit. This was based on some Tupperware that was left in the sink. Not, by the way, Tupperware that had food in it. I mean, it would seem like it was clean enough, but it was still left in the sink. And
whoever did it was did that thing where they rinse, but they don't wash.
And someone wrote, here's an idea. How about you go ahead and clean it up, dry it off, and take it home? Doesn't that sound, I don't know, cool? Like being considerate of others, responsible for your own actions, and not an effing slob, but instead cool. Yeah, be cool, not a dick. Have a great day, with an arrow pointed to the dishes. And the mystery note has really sent shockwaves through this entire floor of the building. People trying to figure out who left the note and who left the Tupperware.
Yeah,
both mysteries that are kind of being solved a little bit, we believe. Postmaster Johnny is a front runner as to who left the Tupperware, because apparently he does bring that stuff in, and he's unaware that there is a dishwasher right next to the sink because he doesn't know what a dishwasher looks like.
Yeah, so I think he is the number one
cabinet.
suspect when it comes to the dish lever. Now, the note writer is a different story, and there are a lot of people who think they know who it is, but I think when we last talked about this, the best idea that was pitched was to write another note and put it where the previous note was, with some kind of an offer for an open dialogue.
Right. We're more than happy to waste our airtime to get to the bottom of this.
I know the nothing else going
other
on.
Stations here that have, quote, success and ratings, they have to focus on what they do. But here, we got nothing but 4 hours to kill every single day.
So what do you think the note should say? Because I have a little something I wrote.
Oh, God.
What?
Let me see what you wrote so far.
Dear staff, a dish issue, otherwise known as a dishue, has been recently brought to our attention.
Boo!
In an attempt to wash our hands clean of this issue, we at KROQ would like to offer an open dialogue between dish lever and note lever, so we may so that we may move forward with a clean slate.
Oh my God, we want people to turn on us.
To come forward, please approach or email Vanessa.
I hope you leave that note, Allie. I hope that you do leave that note so that I can write a note about the person that left that terribly unfunny note. That's gonna.
You think they're gonna get mad about the dishue?
Yes, I think everyone will be offended. Their comedy senses will be offended across the board.
So
although the reality is, the person that probably left the original note that we do believe
would find this hilarious.
Will probably find that funny.
They're like, dishue.
And I think that's how. Cool. And I think what we need to do is hide a camera and just monitor how people read the new note. And I think it'll be clear as to who left the original note based on how they react to the new note.
Okay.
I think that's going to be the indication. So we got to get the camera set up in there, hide it, and then we got to get some of these notes posted.
Well, how are we going to get a camera this quickly?
We'll just take the one that's pointed at one of us in here. Take the camera that's pointed at me.
Oh,
Put
good
it
idea.
Out there. I don't need a camera on my face.
So what was your note going to say?
Did you leave this note? We want to talk to you on KROQ. That's it.
Did you leave this note?
Yeah, why are you turning into Vanessa right there in the middle of that?
Vanessa wrote that for me.
Did you leave dish note? Is that what they were doing? The dish pun?
Well, that's right. I wanted to make sure.
Isn't that funny?
If it was Vanessa who left the note, that she would understand what I wrote.
Okay, hold on. We will help you take care of dish.
Dish. That's right. Right there.
It's KROQ Festival Fever. We're hooking you up with tickets to a different music festival every day this week. I got a fever all day today. Listen at 9, noon, 3, and 6 to win your way into
Cali Vibes, June 7th and 8th at Marina Green Park.
Featuring
Hey, I'm on vacation. There's a place that I wanna go.
Dirty Heads, Kid Cudi, Iracious, Slightly Stupid and Friends.
2 in the morning, police knocking at my Won't you have some dirty hot sex? We met her at a backyard block party by the bar.
Pepper, Swayze, Cypress Hill performing Black Sunday, and more. Courtesy of Golden Voice.
It's KROQ Festival Fever.
Keep listening to win.
The Subaru A Lot.
That's Jake driving back to California. Oh, there he goes again. It's KROQ Klein Alley Show. Just at some point in your life, you will be asked, sign here if you want the insurance, or click on all these boxes and sign there if you would like to ignore. And you make a decision in that moment. Am I going to bet on myself? Am I going to bet against myself? Used to be pretty easy. I think universally people just agreed, always get the insurance, never against an ace playing blackjack, but always when renting a car, because it was like, now I can just drive completely careless, which is a great way to go through life.
Yeah, and see, for me, that's not the way I want to go through it. I always bet on myself, which I should never do, but I never opt in for extra insurance for anything. I've never had Apple Care. I've never had extra car insurance. And the one time I did get extra insurance on a rental car, something did happen.
So it's good you had it. And that usually should have been a lesson to yourself. It's like, wow, I did the right thing. Now, other people argue once you sign up for the extra insurance, whatever it is, sometimes it's like an extra insurance on a rental or extra insurance, home insurance. Like you said, the phone one. I've seen people decline insurance at an Apple store, be handed the phone, immediately drop it, the thing shatters, and the person's like, you just said you didn't want the insurance.
Yeah, but sometimes now they do the 3 free months of Apple Care.
Sometimes, but sometimes not. And
every time I'm on the phone with somebody and in customer service, and they're like, did you have insurance? And I'm like, I'm not sure. And they're like, well, let me check for you. And the answer is always, no, you did not. And it's such a dejected feeling when you're like, God.
Oh, yeah, when they do that check, and you're like, I know I didn't, but maybe there's a mistake. Yeah. Because Apple, you talk about like Best Buy, too. They'll do that thing. You buy anything at all, buy a TV.
Or an extra warranty.
Right, and they kind of explain to you on the phone, like, on average, if something goes bad here, on average, repairs are going to cost you way more than you're going to pay for this thing. So you kind of get like talked into. Well, anyway, Jake did not buy the insurance on his rental car. He got into a pretty bad accident. The car's all jammed up. And
I would say, how much do you think the damages are? I would say in the thousands.
Oh, for sure. Definitely in the thousands.
Yeah.
You do anything to any car, you're starting at $1,000 now. I mean, I don't even think you can get anything under $1,000, no matter what the car is.
I'm surprised he was able to make it home, because I thought during the road trip, the front bumper was going to fall off.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the place it was hit is a very... I did get in a car accident that was hit in that exact place, and it totaled the car. Even though it didn't look that bad, it's about where it was hit. And if they have to replace enough stuff, they just call it total.
I put some tape on it.
Candy, what happened to you? We're hearing your stories now of times that you neglected or declined any sort of additional coverage and it came back to bite you in the ass. What happened?
Yeah, on vacation in Grand Cayman Islands, didn't purchase the insurance. My ex-husband totaled the car. We were held by customs and couldn't board the plane until we paid for it.
What was the cost of that?
Over $5,000.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
And it was his fault.
It was his fault. He rear-ended somebody, didn't buy the insurance, and couldn't leave the island until we paid.
Jake, this is going to be your future, my friend. Except that instead of the island, it's going to be right here in Southern California.
That's worse.
And to have to pay someone $5,000 in a foreign country and have to deal with all of that, the fraud protection, and to try and get the withdrawal, and I mean all that
But
stuff.
$5,000 in pesos isn't very much.
But Jake, I rented a car recently, and I remember because I also declined. Because supposedly I have coverage or whatever. If you have insurance, depending on your insurance you have on your regular car, sometimes it transfers with you over to a rental. And the guy said, I understand a lot of people say that. He's like, just so you know, though, if you get into any accident, even a minor thing, and you decline all of our insurance, you have to pay up front until you figure out how to get reimbursed later. And sometimes that could take months, years, whatever.
Crap, I didn't know that.
That's what they claim because they want to they want to peer pressure you into the insurance.
Right.
And they get real. They do not like it when you say no, 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 no. They kind of give you like all right, well, that's your funeral.
Yeah, because it's a racket. That's how they make their extra money.
I agree. I think most of the time insurance is a scam.
Let's say hi to Dylan. What happened to you? Hi, Dylan.
Hi, yeah, you kind of talked about it already, but I dropped my phone off to get repaired because I already cracked it. Then as soon as I left, I dropped it again and screen.
Now, did they give you the option when you got it repaired? Hey, you want to throw the insurance on here? Because it's insurance, they'll fix it for like $30 or whatever. But if not, it could cost you a couple hundred, right?
Yeah, it cost me a couple hundred both times.
Oh, man. But still no insurance.
That's
people,
true.
People are proud of themselves.
Double down. Someone on the text line said, I denied insurance on our phones, and then my husband ran over his phone with a lawnmower, and it exploded.
Yeah, I should have the insurance. That's right.
Such a funny way to go out for a phone.
Christina on KROQ. Jake made a decision that will probably cost him thousands of dollars by not checking the box that said he wanted insurance on his rental car, and then he got into a big car accident yesterday. You can see some of the pictures of that all up on the socials at Klein Alley Show. Luckily for some people, he's alive right now, and in fact, I think this is why, Allie. I don't know if you heard this.
Hi, this is Clarence. I'm Jake's guardian angel. I was at the scene of the accident yesterday, and I was supposed to take Jake, but I just saw his poor little dog on the passenger seat, and I thought, if I take Jake now, who will trot poor little Kibby around everywhere they go in a baby Bjorn? So I couldn't do it, and now Jake is going to be living the rest of his life still begging for sex with his girlfriend, and I'm going to get fired.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys are hiring over at KROQ somebody with some guardian angel skills.
No.
Klein, I'd be a very good guardian angel. I might be able to help you win some of those prop bets you make.
Thank you. That's Jake's guardian angel was
Yeah.
looking over him at at the scene of the crime.
Clarence has to take someone else now, an innocent child.
Yeah, they're going to have to he's going to have to murder a child now because he kept you alive, Jake. And by the way, your plan was flawed from the beginning because there's so many people that say, you drove to see the eclipse. You didn't. This was just the cherry on top of the depressing Sunday that was his last few days.
Hey guys, listen about Jake's trip to Texas, and it got me thinking about the last time I rented a car. Going over in the allotted miles was like absurdly expensive, like 40 cents a mile. I think Jake's math is off. I don't think he calculated for gas and rolling over on the mileage.
Yeah.
I'm assuming like $1,000 extra. He probably could have just flown there, paid the surcharge for flying there, and would have been cheaper, and he would have been back already.
Jake,
all right, guys, sweet dibs.
Thank you. Thanks
will
for the call.
you record yourself bringing back that car today? Because I do not think it's going to go well. I think there's going to be a lot of charges you didn't know about. There's going to be a lot of paperwork you're going to have to fill out, and you're like on 24 hours without sleep.
Oh no! So, is there such a? They didn't tell me anything about like max mileage.
Well, the amount of fine print that they show you when you rent a car, and none of us read it, so I'm not judging you for that.
No, because no one wants to be in the rental car place longer than they have to.
So it's just check, let's go, keys, and then even when they do the old walk around and make sure there's no damage on the car, and everyone's just kind of
Yeah.
But you are going to be you are in for a rude awakening later. I'm not even.
Or
listen,
it's going to be like, yeah, just bring it back, no problem, and then the phone calls start.
Yeah.
Hey, what about this? Hey, what about this?
I'm going to guess right now. We can all place our bets. What that total is going to be between the mileage and the damage and everything, but I think Jake is going to be in the $7,000 range.
That's what I was thinking too.
$7K.
So what do I do? Do I get my card, decline right now, like cancel my card right now?
They have your card on file?
Yeah, should I cancel it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where is the worst possible place that you could have to go to the bathroom? It is time for another bracket of badness as we are officially in that time of year. March Badness is on, and we are asking you now for your open nominees, the worst of the worst as it pertains to bathrooms that you will encounter. And there's no shortage of suggestions coming through on the text line, on the phones. We'll pick our 8 favorites, and they'll battle it out bracket style until we can determine once and for all which is the worst of the worst bathrooms. And I wish upon you that you never will have to use one of these. Unfortunately, you probably have and probably will. Darren, we'll start with you on the phones at 800-520-1067. First nominee out of the gate. What do you got?
Well, construction site Andy Gumps are the worst.
You know, you could argue that a porta potty in general is bad, but then you take it to the next level as to where is the location of said porta potty.
Festival porta potty?
I would argue festival porta potty is bad, but he's saying think about who works construction in general.
Yeah.
And those sometimes will sit there. I mean, as you know, those things are sitting there sometimes months at a time, right?
Exactly. And what happens is when you go poo, you actually get the splash. And also I got crabs one time from one of those.
You caught crabs from a porta potty? Is that the story you told your wife, or that's the fact?
No. I had broken up with my girlfriend. I hadn't been with anybody for like 9 months, and I got crabs.
All right, well, that's a good story. If you
can't get crabs from a porta potty.
I think you can. He did, guys.
No, we all know just riding lawnmowers. That's it.
That's right. That's exactly right. Well, those are the 2 reasons. Not from cheating. Hold on 1 second. That is a great nominee. Porta potty.
Porta potty's bad, but you're absolutely right. It depends on where the porta potty is and who is using it and how often it's being cleaned, because I believe at festivals they are cleaning them more often than at a construction site.
Even a clean porta potty is still...
Yeah, but when you walk in and you're
when
the
you get
first one,
First Suds is great, but
it's all blue.
There's that. What's that pumpkin patch that everyone goes to? That they have no bathrooms. The farm, Underwood Farms.
Oh well, they do have bathrooms. They're porta potties.
Yeah, porta potties. It's all porta potties, and that thing is by the middle of the day, late in the day, especially hot. Some of those hot October days here. Oh man, that is not fun at all.
I know, and they have one handicap porta potty, and if you don't get that one, you are screwed.
Dude, I have the worst, hands down. It's any of those holes when you go to a national park.
Yes.
They're just holes, and they never get clean, and it's just like years and years of mountains of poop in there. As soon as you walk in, you're hit in the face with that aroma. Oh, that is definitely the worst.
Yeah, we will take your nominees for worst of the worst today, talking about the bracket of badness bathrooms that you will or have encountered. Already some strong contenders.
Well, if you think about those specific bathrooms, it's not like when you signed up to be a park ranger, you thought that was going to be part of your job. And a random bathroom in the middle of a trail and you really got to go, that's your only option.
Here's why I don't think
if you're in the middle of a trail, you always have an option. It's called the woods.
Yeah, if you're a guy, you do. Women, it's more difficult. But the point I'll make against Omar's argument, even though I agree that is a pretty bad place, is that you know what you're getting in. If you decide you're going to be one of these outdoorsy hikers, you kind of know what you're getting into.
That's not what we're discussing here. We're just discussing the worst bathrooms here, right?
Yes, and also what's disgusting about those bathrooms is there's 7 million spiders.
Yeah.
All over.
And there's always moisture everywhere.
Yes, but it's
always
cold,
like moist
musty.
in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ashley, you're on KROQ right now. It is March Badness time. Accepting nominees. We'll have to pick the 8 worst ones, and they'll battle it out bracket style. We'll figure out which is actually the worst of the worst bathrooms you'll encounter. What's up?
Good morning. I think the worst is the restroom of a drug addict.
Like their own personal restroom, or a bathroom, a public bathroom that's been taken over by drug users?
Like a flop house.
Like, are you speaking from personal experience?
Yes. I'm not the drug user, but I was living with drug users.
What goes on?
Oh, yeah. That's just complete chaos in there,
Are
right?
Needles everywhere and like spoons and stuff?
Like not just the drugs alone, but like the biggest thing is that they think they could fix anything, and they just destroy the entire bathroom. So everything's useless. It's dirty. It's disgusting.
Oh, damn.
All right, that's a good nominee.
They can fix everything? I didn't know that was a stereotype.
Let's say hi to Hugo on KROQ. It is time for your nominees. March Badness is here. Who will reign supreme this year? Worst bathroom. What's up, Hugo?
Hey, what's up, Sweet Dip?
Sweet Dips. What do you got for us?
Sweet Dip. What about going number 2 on a Southwest airplane?
Well, you know what did come through on the text line was airplane bathroom during turbulence. And that's a different type of bad. It's just a little scary and unpredictable.
Airplane bathroom, no one likes that. They're small. You can't really maneuver. Eventually, you're going to end up hitting something, and they are terrible for the most part, especially deep into a flight. I'm not talking about right out of the gate when you're one of those first people that pops up when the seatbelt light goes off. But when you're like 4 hours into a cross-country trip and you got to use one of those, and you know how it is on the plane. Half the bathrooms are reserved for the first 3 rows, and then everyone else.
You guys have done it? Number 2 on a plane?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
man.
I don't think I've ever done that.
I've masturbated on a plane, Omar.
What?
Really?
This is not a brag.
I'm not bragging. No.
You know things I've done in the bathroom?
Michael,
So weird.
go ahead. Welcome to KROQ. It's March Badness, the bracket of badness, looking for the worst of the worst bathroom. We can only pick 8 of these to battle it out. What do you got?
I'm going to say Dodger Stadium or any baseball stadiums after 7th inning.
Dodger Stadium. I've been to a lot of ballparks. Those bathrooms are, for some reason,
yeah, it's pretty bad.
They are the worst.
They're not that bad in the women's, but I would imagine that.
You don't have a trough. You don't all sit around in a circle.
I don't think Dodger Stadium has a trough anymore.
Yeah, I feel like I saw one there not too long ago, dude.
Big nominee on the text line is any bathroom on a bus, Greyhound or otherwise. I would totally agree. It's worse than any airplane bathroom. Having to go on a moving bus is a terrible experience.
Joe on KROQ. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. I want to say the community restroom at a retirement home.
Oh, damn.
Man.
That's a certain smell that you can't forget.
Well, it's usually fresh, like all the time, and it's all over the floor.
Great.
You know, someone suggested 909 the emergency room bathroom because everyone is sick and there's so many germs in there.
God, that's
and
a
you're
great
like,
one,
God,
too.
I gotta go, but I don't want to be around all the sick. It's just everything's sick.
Yeah, we haven't even mentioned like the beach bathroom.
That was going to be my nominee. Was the beach
Because it's just those are just a common. Those are
It's
so
wet, sandy,
slimy, sandy,
sticky. Oh.
and you know that it's like the worst. Like the ocean is a better option than using a beach bathroom.
Of course,
every time.
But everybody that's using that bathroom is crapping.
There's so many more that unfortunately we can't even squeeze in. We got to whittle this down. Hey, we didn't even get to. I mean, gas station bathroom seems like a dream compared to all the ones we just got.
Yeah.
So thank you. We will get a bracket together from some of these picks, get it posted up on the Instagram, Klein Alley Show. Lots of stuff going on there today, including the Note heard around the world, so you can check that out. More show after Lincoln Park KROQ.
Your 7-day free trial of Klein Alley Show is about to expire. Wait, what? We're always free? How the hell do we make money? Oh, we don't. Great. Look, can I get paid? Ah, F it. Klein Alley Show on KROQ.
Takeaway time. What will you bring with you from today's show? Covered a lot of ground. 800-520-1067. Call. You can text. We'll pick our favorite takeaway, give you some tickets to go to Wondercon as well, because we are giving people this morning on KROQ. We are KROQ, Klein Alley Show coming to an end for now, but fear not, Nicole Alvarez will be in here. 40 minutes nonstop KROQ and more of them tickets you oh so crave, because Festival Fever is officially here. We're almost officially in festival season. If you like those porta potties we just talked about, it's your time to shine.
Woohoo!
That is where it's funny, because I think that people will pay for a VIP or an upgraded experience if they have access to bathrooms other than porta potties. I think that is the ultimate. Not that you want to pay an extra $100 or $200 for anything, but if it's like you could have access to a bathroom that is not a porta potty, I think that motivates people.
Oh, yeah. But, first apartment I ever had outside of college was a very cheap, well, it was cheap at the time, but it was cheap because I didn't have my own bathroom. It was shared with other people that lived on the floor.
Oh, wild.
Yeah.
They had to share a bathroom with you. Sucks for them.
It was just a shared toilet. Just a room with a toilet.
Terrible. Lots to get into. Let's remind you before we do takeaways, if you'd like to join us, Polar Plunge will be back up at Big Bear, Frosted Tips and Frosted Dips. Watch me get punished as I jump in the freezing cold lake. And we're raising money for Special Olympics in the process. We'd love you to join us. Details on our socials, Klein Alley Show, KROQ.com's got details as well. For some people, it's bucket list. You can do some good. You can either jump in the lake with me, or if you'd like to sit on the side and mock me with Allie. The choice is yours. And all the details, it's happening March 29th, but everything's up at KROQ.com.
And you're going to get the mohawk, right, with the frosted tips?
Mohawk.
Jesus Christ.
I love it.
Adding. Every goddamn second Omar talks, he's adding to this thing.
Tips.
The only way to find out is if you're there. So we'll make it happen. We'd love you to join us. Also, if you want to win eggs for a year, we'll continue doing that tomorrow. Another person's going to get a Does Cuz. And on Friday, we give away the ultimate prize, most valuable prize in the history of radio, eggs for an entire year. All right, takeaways from today's show. What do we got?
510 my takeaways. If you hate clipping your toenails, invest in clown shoes.
Yeah, you got to get them clown shoes. Keep growing. That was a crazy petty claims court earlier.
It really was.
Oh.
818 my takeaways. If you're going to get on a roller coaster, don't be pregnant.
That's a rule. They say it. I see the sign.
503 my takeaway is Klein is all hat, no socks. 714 my takeaway is I need to get me some foot mittens.
Foot mittens. That was the solution.
And 818 my takeaway is Jake is very busy with stuff.
He's a very busy man with stuff. If you don't know what we're talking about, check out more of the show. We're live every morning on KROQ. You can check us out on YouTube as well. And even better, if you'd like to, download the podcast. Goes with the show. Search Klein Alley Show. Thank you for downloading, subscribing, commenting. It all helps. If you like us, want us to stick around, it would mean a lot, so please do so. What's your takeaway from today's show, Jake the Nerd?
That you have hat and feet smell, which makes you the smelliest guy on the show.
No. You're the smelliest guy
You
on the
have
show.
all body everywhere.
Nah, that's just one, though.
North, south, but I'm wearing socks today, so don't worry. My feet smell great. Petunias. Allie, takeaway?
My takeaway is, okay, drama ball.
Okay, drama ball. Good takeaway. Omar, takeaway?
My takeaway is that 12-hour table pizza is the perfect pizza.
Yes.
Yeah, there's been actually right now that pizza's still there, which means it's 16-hour table pizza. So whoever wants to eat that piece, it's still sitting there waiting for you.
Too bad you're leaving early.
We will be posting our note, the note, retort to the note. We'll see what drama it causes in the building. Updates on that tomorrow. So much more going on. We will see you then. If you need us in the meantime, the GOAT line is open for you now. 844-956-GOAT. Do it tomorrow. Try to do it better. In the meantime, Omar, take us out.
That they feel that that you know they feel that
KROQ.
Klein
Alley Show.
The world famous KROQ.
Klein
Alley Show.